Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 227 of the Red Force podcast. My name's Eric Tyler. Join me today, Christian Salato.
Welcome one, welcome all to the Film Red / Gear 5 special.
Talk about all that shit. Now, Christian, many YouTubers are invited,
They'll turn up.
but who knows?
Well, Eric decided, in his infinite wisdom, to organize this on Easter Sunday.
You know that doesn't
For
matter.
the US.
First of all.
For the US. Not
First
for
of all.
us.
True.
For the US.
But first of all, you know that doesn't matter. Because these men are elusive.
They're very elusive.
Elusive men cannot be found.
They're...
Always late.
Sure.
Can't keep a schedule.
No. But
Regardless, we're here. And we'll talk
plenty of news.
about Christian Film Red.
That's right.
The trailer came out. Shock. Surprise. We'll go into depth about Film Red. I'm
Yeah,
sure
it
you
was
have
40
many
seconds.
thoughts. Huh?
It was 40 seconds.
So much content, though, to discuss.
A decent enough amount of content, I guess.
And then we'll go through all the possibilities of Gear 5. What do we expect? What do we think?
Yeah.
Alright. Hopefully some people turn up. But if they don't,
I know
It's
King
fine.
of Lightning has some wild takes on Gear 5.
who's asking to join? Silvers is here. We have at least one man. See, ladies and gentlemen, we welcome Silvers to the show. Long time guest.
What's going on, boys?
Nothing much, man.
We appreciate Silvers for turning up, of course.
Yeah,
And
man.
we expect a few more people to come. But enough about that. Subscribe, like, etc. Now, Silvers,
Yo,
we will be talking about Film Red in a minute.
of course.
Just your temperature test. How you feeling?
Of course, it's a One Piece movie. Why wouldn't I be hyped?
All right.
But there's a few accusations going around that I'm a little peeved about. But aside from that, yeah, of course, hyped. It's a One Piece movie. Who wouldn't be hyped?
Shanks is in the film, Christian, confirmed.
That's true.
But anyway, shall we get into it? Should we get into
Well, first of all,
what?
small announcement.
What?
Shadow Soul, the final chapter of the arc has dropped. The arc is now complete. Good time to catch up.
All right.
Taking a little break. Gonna go work on a little competition. And we'll come back.
Okay.
But,
Hiatus.
little hiatus. Good time to catch up. 146 chapters for your enjoyment. Go enjoy that. Anyway,
Sure.
One Piece anime is returning.
Yes.
And
Roof
next
Piece.
week,
Shortly.
next week is Roof Piece.
Right.
We saw the preview. We saw the hallmarks of good animation. We didn't
Yes.
see any good animation, but we saw the hallmarks.
Well, there's some, people are actually emoting and acting, which is rare
Okay.
for the anime.
But
so-
Eric, we want cubes, Eric.
Cubes.
Will we get cubes for the Red
Silvers,
Rock?
do you expect cubes from the Red Rock?
Am I expecting cubes? Yes, I am. Kaido's gonna hit that floor, and the cubes are plenty. There will be cubes of plenty.
All right.
Absolutely.
We're going to get the cubes. We're excited for that. Get ready for Roof Piece. People want movie quality animation.
For 20 weeks.
We got fucking Kid in his bullshit mech. If you're an animator, you know that's AIDS.
Mm.
Alright, are they going to do a CG? What are they going to do?
For that, well, there's ways of doing it, but we'll see what happens.
Well, looking at what they've been doing with Kaido in some scenes in the past few episodes, I imagine Kid's mech is gonna be CG.
Has Kaido been CG?
Kaido has been spotted in CG Dragon form.
Yes, he has.
Oh boy.
We have seen certain scenes with CG Dragon
I better not be
Kaido.
seeing that when it comes down to the brass tacks.
No, it's never close-ups. It's always like long shots when he's in his Dragon form flying around.
Okay.
Right, so it's not too distracting, but it is there.
We
So,
hope and we pray.
Kid, if you have a CG mech, you automatically that's a point taken off already.
Yes.
Eric. You're taking a point off for the CG mech, right?
Could it be a blend of CG and 2D?
Well, there's many things that can be done. I wouldn't. We'll see what happens.
Anyway,
But Dark Lit Scene, they have something going for them at least.
that's true.
Yeah.
So we can maybe hide Kid.
Do we want to start?
And it's also a good thing he does nothing on the rooftop, so they don't
That's
have
true.
to do
He
too
does
much.
he does a little.
So,
he-
will we
he
see
does pumpkins
will we see
in
the
it.
CG mechs throw CG Kaido? And Kid loses immediately.
That's a fat L. If he doesn't get Sakuga animation, the Kid fans will have nothing to share.
I'm hoping it's a blend of 2D and CG, just to get a few things, just to make the pacing a little bit better, just to get it out of the way. Because, like Eric said, Kid does absolutely nothing. And as a Kid fan, let's just get that out of the way so we can move on.
Yes. All right. Now, shall we go into Film Red?
Film Red, One Piece movie that we're gonna watch.
Now, before we get into, I want to go on a little rant here, Christian,
All right.
about some merchandise issues. Okay.
Oh, Japanese merchandise issues.
First of all, we see the legendary Shanks
Bear.
teddy bear.
Can't get it.
Film Red outfit, red pants. I like them for the Film Red.
The new pants.
Sure. Yeah. Now, all the other supporting material, such as figures and ships and stuff,
available.
Now, hilarious that Shanks is on model on those, but on Oda's actual drawing of Shanks, Shanks' head keeps on getting smaller, and his body keeps on getting larger.
Hey,
the
man,
neck grows.
His power is rising.
But anyway, new pants. Shout out to my man. I still like the rose ones better. The rose pants can't be beat.
The rose pants.
But I like these pants. Anyway, teddy bear. Apparently, now our man O'Hara, a good man,
sure,
trying very hard to get me this item.
Yeah.
Right? Now, according to him, apparently, the only way to get this bear is through a pre-order bonus through a pre-release of the Film Red tickets.
Okay.
Now, that's fine and dandy. That's normal, right? But the Japanese twist, Christian.
The Japanese always have a twist.
You require a child, and the item will be sent on the child's birthday.
Ridiculous. Ridiculous. This is impossible to get.
You also need a Japanese postcode and a Japanese address. So, impossible for me to purchase. I need a Japanese friend with a child.
Eric, what if I told you that the same bear has been spotted on eBay for $89.99 US plus $25 shipping and handling?
Is it real or is it fake?
Is it fake? Is it real? What's happening?
I have not been able to look into it much, but the only posting that I see for it is for $90 plus $25 shipping and handling.
I will purchase that if it's still available.
Now, here's the thing. These bears are not available yet. Where the fuck did this bear come from?
Right.
I smell a trap instantly. I feel like this is going to be a high value item. Alright.
So if DM me on Twitter with this information, because this is key information.
Yeah. I feel like this is a fraudulent item.
Right.
With no authenticity at all.
But anyway, enough about the merch. Many merch will be purchased, and we will display it in the new studio, which is being constructed.
Are we buying all the Film Red merch?
all the Shanks related films.
I mean, it's the God King. The God King. You have to buy it.
Now we have
Red
to talk.
Forces buy.
We have to talk about our stance about Ulta. We'll do that in a minute. And the daughter of the God King, etc., etc.
Uta.
What did I say? Ulta.
Yeah,
you mixed ulti with Uta.
There's no L.
There's no L.
Because there's no L to the Shanks.
That's right.
There's no L.
There's no L's.
All right. So we will be buying Shanks merch. Now I'm not gonna buy Frankie Film Red merch. All right. Shanks only related.
Frankie's kind of hype in the Film Red
for sure, but I'm not buying figures and stuff. Shanks only related material. There is a red Sunny. How do you feel about that?
It looks alright.
There's a red Force.
The red Force.
I mean, the Red Force, that's different. It has to be.
Right.
That's right.
Yeah, it's
anyway, merch. I'm sure there'll be much more merch. Uniqlo will do a line.
Derek, let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Does Shanks tap into the Red Force, and this is how he can teleport?
Does he have? Is like he was some kind of engineer, also.
Who knows? But what I'm trying to say is, Shanks' ultimate haki is called the Red Force, and Luffy will learn it.
Okay, maybe.
Is this the One Piece equivalent to the Speed Force?
It might be. Perhaps. It might be.
Now, shall we get into the details of the film after that merch rant?
First of all, release date: the 6th of April. No, the 6th of
August.
No worldwide release. They say
apparently production is wrapped up.
Yeah, of course.
All right.
I think it has to be a worldwide release.
And
at this point, 3 months out, the final compositing will be done, the mix, all those things.
But Eric, they said it would be a worldwide release.
Now
what does that mean? Who knows?
Subtitles.
Select theaters, subtitles, maybe a simultaneous.
Yeah,
dubbing.
I
we'll get
imagine
it
we
in
will
manga.
get a short action teaser closer to the film's release.
Sure, Japanese TV spots.
All those kind of
Yeah.
things, right? Of course, yeah. Production's done. It's wrapped up. It's ready to be released.
Gear 5 not gonna be
So-
in the movie.
The Gear 5's not going to be in the movie.
No.
No chance.
No, there's
Let me
no
ask y'all.
Jinbei. No, there is
Let me ask
Jinbei.
you.
My bad.
Let me ask y'all a question.
Yeah.
Where does this movie take place? Is it before Wano?
It has to be
during
after.
Wano
It has,
or after?
it has to be. Well, it could be like. In an alternate timeline, it has to be after Wano because Zoro has Enma.
Zoro does have Enma.
So
But, people speculate that Katetsu II, Chekhov's gun, why introduce it if Zoro's not going to get it, but he doesn't have it. So that leads me to believe it takes place during the events of Wano.
you could argue that that sort of plot line was related to Enma because it like got Zoro to Katetsu, got him to Tenguyama, and then he got Enma, and then he found out the way, you know.
Yeah, I guess I
So
see it.
you could wrap that plot line into that and say that was that. But Katetsu II, does he need another fucking power up after Wano? Like, come on, man.
I mean, upgrading the only sword, the only lower tier sword, upgrading that to match the other two swords that he has. I think it makes sense. But does he need a new power up?
Now, Silvers, I don't want to turn this into a Zoro sword
Oh no,
conversation.
I was.
But Zoro's swords are classic now. He can't get rid of the original Curse Blade. The original scene is too good. I don't think we're getting rid of it. When he throws it up in the barrel, doesn't hit his arm, he tames the blade. It's too good.
Yeah.
But he does have Emma, so post Wano or during Wano. The timelines never make sense in the One Piece movies,
No.
by the way.
They used to, but now it's like with the
it
crew
happens-
splitting up and all
It
that.
happens in a void zone where, like,
In between arcs.
it has to be like, if you're gonna be real specific, it has to be like when, like after Zoro fights King.
Yeah.
That's like where we're at in the timeline.
Yeah.
Zoro fights King, they all leave. Do film red, then come back and be Kaido.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, it's obviously, it doesn't fit within the timeline.
Now-
And that's how the movies kind of are.
Yeah, it's fine. Whatever.
Let's talk about the trailer itself. First thing we see, Shanks talking to his daughter,
quote unquote.
Uda. Now, does the blood relation matter? Kind of for the world government, yes. But that's where I'm coming at that. Where the world government would care if it's Shanks' biological daughter.
Yes.
Because of their fucking Roger shit that we already went through in Marine
Now,
Corps.
many people on the internet saying that if it's actually blood related, it's trash and
I
it
don't
should be in canon material.
I don't see the difference.
Right, because I don't know how Silver feels about this, right? But to me, the entire purpose of One Piece is blood relations don't matter, right?
Yeah.
Oh no, I agree with you.
So I don't know
100%.
why people are making it a big deal if it's actually his daughter.
Yeah.
Whether it's blood related or not, it at this point in the story, at this point in time, it really doesn't matter. And if she's getting the spotlight that she's getting now in the movie, then obviously
Silvers,
it doesn't matter. And Oda's given the go ahead to use her.
I'm confused because in the world of One Piece, blood daughter and adopted daughter are the same thing.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So
Look
why
at
are people
Bellamy.
upset?
But like, not to the world government, which is the important. We'll get to that. But first we have
Allard?
a
go ahead.
$2 donation from Dart. Finally here for a show. Get that Red Robin merch. He's excited for film Red Robin.
Okay.
Maybe Robin's best outfit, perhaps.
It's very...
Pirate, the battle outfit or the party outfit?
Both are good.
The battle outfit.
Both are good.
Both are good.
That is the correct answer.
But the
Yes.
battle outfit. All right. So enjoy the merch that will be showered upon us. We got 2 sets of straw hats to collect.
Yes.
We got a whole bunch of movie characters. We'll see it. But Shanks says, although we'll be apart, you'll always be my daughter. All right, which implies blood. Whatever. He doesn't call Luffy his son.
Right. He might.
He might, but he doesn't.
Right.
He doesn't call Luffy his son.
And she's got half red hair.
Half white hair.
Right, which is the implication.
Is she... Now, here's the... Maybe we'll get to this at the end. This is a
Right.
discussion, but is she a Lunarian? Half white hair,
No black wings, which is a part of the
black
Lunarian
wings,
DNA.
but half white hair, half red hair.
Also, not dark skin.
No dark skin, but it could be a mixture scenario.
Right.
But
I mean, look at her dad.
But I think, I think her wings are fake. Because they're clearly costume related.
wings, like Orochi's wings look like that.
Yeah, but she doesn't have them in certain shots.
But Eric.
She doesn't have them as a child. I thought
small.
that at one point she'd be hiding them underneath her shirt, but
it might
there's
be
another shot in here where she's wearing like different clothes and they're absolutely not there.
she's wearing her father's outfit, which is pure black shirt, shorts, etc. Right?
Okay.
But there's no wings there. It could be Delphic related. It could be outfit related.
Now, we see Luffy get invited to a festival. They go to the festival. Luffy screaming, Uda running up with that Gear 3 fist.
Right. Is this a fake out? Is she
She's
actually
the villain.
Is she
Here's
actually
why
fine?
she's the villain. Here's why she's the villain.
Right.
There is no hint or any scenario where there is any other villain.
Right.
Look at Film Z. Who's the villain? Z. Film Gold. Guild Tesoro. Fucking Stampede. Douglas Bullet. The headline characters are the villains.
Right.
Shiki. Uta is the villain.
Yeah, is she gonna have some barrier power that makes it so Luffy doesn't beat her face in, or what?
She is.
I think it may be something a little bit. They may be approaching this a little bit different. Whereas, yes, she is the main villain, but I think it's just her ability that's being used.
I don't know how you guys feel, but like to me, this isn't a combat movie.
Yeah, that's
There will be
where I was
combat.
going with
Right.
that.
There will be combat.
There will be
there
combat,
will be
of course, but I
combat,
don't think it's not Stampede, where the whole thing is billed as combat.
Yeah, it's not
constantly.
Stampede. It's not Z. It's not Strong World. It's not Gold. Well, Gold. Yeah, it's not Gold.
Is Uda as strong as Luffy? That's my question to you.
Absolutely not.
Is
No.
she more strong? Is she stronger than Douglas Bullet? Because the blood of
No.
the God King is running through those
Douglas
veins.
Bullet required many men to take him out.
A
But the
Buster
blood,
Call
but the blood of
and
the God
Alliance
King
of
is very
Pirates
powerful.
and all.
Silvers don't. The blood of the
So
God
why
King.
are we sleeping on the blood of the God King?
Right.
She could have. It looks like she may be posing Conqueror's Haki in that trailer.
Maybe.
I mean, don't get me wrong. The blood of a god can give many different powers. I'm just saying that in this case, it may not be that physical strength that she's inheriting.
I don't know if it's physical or Delphic related because
Or maybe it's that hockey, those hockey games.
The Red Force.
Are we gonna get a musical
Absolutely.
note mech, Christian?
Now we don't want to see
Dear
another
God,
mech.
no.
We don't want to see
No.
another mech.
Because we see she
Please.
has.
I'm
She
tired
can,
of the mix.
yeah, I know, but we see she can manifest musical notes in some fashion.
I'm going to assume it's some sort of sad music power. I'm not saying we're going to get enough. Because here's the
Oda
thing.
said that he was tired of drawing the old men who were
Exactly.
like beefy titans. Why would he make the
is it-
sweet little girl a beefy titan?
Silvers, is this a more of a technical Delphic like law? Clearly, she's not gonna have fisticuffs with Luffy.
Who knows? Who
I mean-
knows? Why is that clear?
Because the trailer.
Luffy's running up with a Gear 3 fist. Who's he punching?
Because to me, the
If
trailer.
it's her voice,
Yeah, go on.
if
Silvers.
it's her voice and it has to do with music, we've already seen Apu's musical devil fruit is more of the offensive. For all we know, maybe her voice is more like the hypnotic. Her devil fruit is more hypnotic. She takes control of people around her.
Sure, and we'll talk about
that's
those
what the
things
tagline-
later on with the last line,
Yeah.
which we'll get to.
Eric, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll cut around and see different characters. Law's here. Bartolomeo's here. We got
Don't know.
Kobe and Helmeppo. And
At
that's
some
about
type
it.
of rally.
And Zab in there?
Beppo down bad.
Did we spot Zabo?
No Zabo.
No Zabo.
Alkino's
I'm going
mad.
through the trailer now.
Okay, now let's talk about the world government. They say if she is allowed to pull this off, the world will change, Eric.
Yes.
What do you think about that? What does this mean? Is she gonna tell people where the One Piece is? Why is this
No.
festival
All right.
important?
So from what I understand from the trailer,
Yeah.
And from the last line we get on the trailer of Shanksu saying, there is no... Listen, Uta. Listen, Uta. There is no peace or equality in this world, right?
Yeah.
So he's trying to teach his daughter that lesson. In my mind, I think that's half the sentence. There'll probably be another part to that. But I think in my mind, she's like, I can create peace and equality by mass control.
By the collective.
Via my music.
Yeah. By creating a hive mind situation.
Right. And reduce the pain and suffering in this
Now,
world.
Eric, the press release said the world is shocked as they discover that Shanks has
A daughter.
Right. Kaido is instantly sweaty.
Of course.
The blood of the God King.
Planet.
Alright. Now, surely, why would they not assume a 40-year-old man would have some kids? I don't know why that's a shock.
Especially such a handsome man.
Hey, man. He goes around islands. He's traveling all the time. I don't know why they wouldn't assume that. Whatever.
Right.
But why is this important to the world government? Why do they want to suss this event out? Why do they want to take her out? Is it a Roger situation?
Is she not paying her taxes?
Hey, man.
I don't think anybody pays their taxes in the One Piece world.
They pay their tithings to the fucking girls.
Well, Soul King Brook was allowed to be a musician for 2 years until the world government decided
no one
to
really
turn up.
knew who he was. Whatever.
Right, I think the blood relation will get out.
Yeah.
And the world government turns up. Because that's the easiest way to do it. Now, there is a secret manager man.
Sure.
That might be...
That guy's not the fucking villain.
What's his name? Gordon? I think he may be manipulating her into doing what he wants. And that's what That's what I mean.
I can't get over the fact that she's crying. Luffy says, Shanks ain't like that. No, Eric, obvious. This is the question everyone wants to ask Eric.
What?
How does he feel about the movie being about daddy issues? Because Eric notoriously despises daddy issues.
Right.
How do you feel about
But
this?
it's the lens in which you put at it, Christian.
Okay.
Ulta clearly gonna cop the L and realize her daddy issues are
Eric,
faulty.
How long is this going to take? Is this at the end of the movie? Are you going to be annoyed? Did some toothless bum say Shanks is a bum?
I mean, people are already saying he's a bum.
Well, she's actually mad because Shanks actually left.
And Luffy has a straw hat. He didn't give Uta the straw hat.
Correct. Which might be a sticking... I imagine will be a sticking point in the film.
She might be a bit...
But they seem like friendly early on in the movie.
Shots. I mean, but aren't some of these shots like cut together?
Yeah.
Like some of the voiceovers cut like dubbed over some of the scenes that may not match up.
Yeah, of course. That's all that kind of thing. But to me, I think the daddy issues will be some kind of mechanism to explain Shanks as a character.
Derek, are we going to get Luffy's thoughts on Shanks only in this movie? And how in-depth are we going?
Not too... Well, Luffy's not an in-depth man. But we see... People forget that Luffy and Shanks were actually friends for, like, years.
A year.
Yeah.
Right. So he knows Shanks in-depth. Personally.
Yeah.
Right. So he goes, Shanks will not keep quiet. So Luffy knows what Shanks is about. Right?
Yeah.
So we'll get Luffy's thoughts on Shanks and... which is the most important part of the movie. Shanks' ideology may become clearer.
Sure.
And what's his ability at doing in the world. Which is the most important part.
Derek, Shanks is seen with a new design for the movie. This means he will be in the movie in time, in some place,
right,
saying something.
This is what's actually going to happen. Alta will be defeated, and then Luffy will leave, and then Shanks will turn up.
And he'd be like, what happened? I'm sorry I'm late.
Luffy sails off, and then the last scene of the movie is Shanks holding his daughter, being like, listen, I'm mad because you touched my boy. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Why are you hurting my son?
Or she says, Luffy is strong, and Shanks goes, good.
Or she goes, wow.
It's almost time.
It's going to be a full circle thing where it's like, I can see why you gave Luffy the straw hat or why you trust Luffy or something. And he goes, yes.
Exactly.
Luffy
is the God King. He will be the next god.
Let me ask y'all this though.
Yeah.
They said that there will be canon elements in this movie. Like some things are revealed in here that actually are canon.
Yeah.
Do you think that we may get confirmation of Makino's child being Shanks in this movie?
Maybe. I don't think that's gonna be brought
I
up.
don't know how that's gonna be brought up.
To me, the information.
It's about Shanks' children.
Maybe, but Silver. To me, the information that is most willing to give up is the 6 year ago incident that made Shanks an emperor.
I want to see it.
Because that's probably
okay.
We'll get lore. I don't think we'll see it, but we might get a hint of what happened.
No, do we get a movie quality recap of Shanks at the start of the movie?
Fuck no.
For people who know fucking nothing about One Piece, and just walking.
Are we
into
gonna
the
get
movie,
Romance Dawn again?
We may get a short recap, like
I
maybe
think
like
we will get
20
movie quality
thing.
recap of Marineford Shanks.
I think it may be Romance Dawn.
Romance Dawn Shanks.
We better get context for how Akira feels about Shanks. I think we will.
Yes.
In this movie as well.
He's sweaty.
He's already upset.
Now the recap. Romance Dawn. Maybe
Romance Dawn.
I'm saying this is crazy if we see this. The Daily Duels with Mihawk.
No. Mihawk will not be in this movie.
Alright.
People expected Mihawk. No.
A clash. Will we see a clash with Shanks and Mihawk?
No.
Okay.
I think so. Going from Romance Dawn into that meeting with Ulti, and then the incident that made him an emperor, which Mihawk did contribute to.
This is the
just
thing.
like the Z versus Akainu fight at the beginning of the
You have to think about the context of how the movie will flow, right? The only way to do this is a montage at the start explaining Shanks' legacy.
I'm talking about a 5 seconds, maybe even less. 5 seconds of Mihawk versus Shanks.
That's what I'm saying.
Or Akira giving a recap to the other Marines of why Shanks is dangerous and why we need to attack at Ulta. I can put an L in there.
So put an L, it's Uta, right, please.
Those are the only real two possibilities. A bit awkward starting the movie with a Shanks recap. I would imagine you started with the first scene we saw in the trailer.
Yeah. But Eric, we need people to understand who the fuck Shanks is if they're just walking into
and why it's important. I think every One Piece fan knows who Shanks is and why it's important.
But Eric, they do this in every movie.
Point, the movies aren't really standalone. They're kind of made for people who
at the start of every movie, it's like you get an introduction to every Straw Hat doing some crazy action shit. You always get into
before that, we always get something with whatever's going on with the main villain or like whoever's central to it. In the beginning of Strong World, we got the whole Shiki flying over Marineford.
I'm saying I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at a recap.
Now we got chapter 0 with Shiki in the movie.
Sure,
we got that.
Adding context.
That's what I'm saying.
I want to see it, but for people, all right, this is what's not gonna happen.
All right, Shanks turning up.
Shanks will not meet Luffy.
Yes, we can confirm that.
We'll not see anything substantial from Shanks and Mihawk.
All right, whatever that
nothing
means.
substantial.
I could see maybe a quick flash.
Yeah, maybe a flash, a clash, but nothing conclusive.
Yeah, okay.
And if we do, Shanks is winning that regardless. So
well, that's whatever. That's just what it is, you know.
Yeah, I think it's just gonna be a quick scene of a clash.
Right. And Shanks will not fight anyone significant in the movie. There may be a move. I'm not them, but there's a possibility for a move.
Will we see the legendary Shanks Kaido confrontation?
No.
I
think scenes like that
will we ever
are left
see
up
that?
to the imagination.
Will we ever see that?
No, we'll never get context for that.
Absolutely not.
Never.
It's left up to the imagination. All we know is he repelled Kaido. That's it.
Okay. $2 from Dine Again. 2-hour movie for 2 minutes of Shanks, probably.
Do you think we see reactions from Big Mom and Kaido about what's happening? Or no, because they're in the plot now.
Yeah, but it will like confuse the time. It'll be weird as fuck. It will confuse the timeline. We're not getting Big Mom and Kaido.
What about Blackbeard?
Big Mom and Kaido.
Maybe Blackbeard.
Will Blackbeard react?
Maybe Blackbeard.
Okay.
But like characters we're already interacted with and defeated, no. I think that's
now. Give 4 Snake Man, give 4 Bandman. Will we see a new move that's stupid in the movie?
Yes, we'll see King.
We already saw that. Will it be King Snake Man?
But Eric, who's the threat that requires this much power?
Uta.
Whatever Uta is doing,
now,
or
people,
whoever she's controlling.
She should be around the same age as Luffy.
Right.
So she's not fucking...
Who's asking to join now?
The King of Light.
The Kingu has arrived.
Hello, King.
He's setting up his mic and
He's
shit.
setting up his shit. All right.
We're talking about Film Red, by the way.
All right,
Hello.
Hello.
Hello?
Kingu.
Wait, hold on. I can't hear shit. Fuck.
You can't hear anything. All right.
We'll wait for King to fix his
But yeah.
technical
Eric,
issues.
just a quick counterpoint to that. Whichever one y'all said, who requires this kind of power? Who is Luffy charging with that gear third punch?
Uta. He's screaming her name.
Yeah, that could be a fucking misplay, a misdirect. All right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because we hear Luffy scream her name, and then we see the scene.
Right.
Like I said, those things may be cut. Those things may be cut together.
Silvers, and I agree. The only thing that's throwing me off is that like we never see direct conflict between the two, so there could be a misdirect of Uta not being a physical combatant, which might be annoying.
She may be whatever. She may be the crux of whatever is happening in the movie.
Yeah.
But I think if there is gonna be a giant mech, this manager Gordon or whatever his name is going to be the one in there, and he's going to be the one that's salty about Luffy and the crew ruining his plan.
Well, it's King. Are you
Yes,
able
I
to
can.
hear us?
I can hear you guys now. What's up?
We're talking about Film Red.
What to do?
We've gone through a lot of it, but what's your initial take?
My initial takes were, well, I don't necessarily expect anything to be really important. I guess for like the actual story itself, like maybe some loose tie-ins here or there. Like I don't think that Uta's ever going to be a character that's going to be relevant in the actual One Piece canon material itself.
Yeah.
And then when it comes to Shanks's quote at the end of the movie, it's interesting about his whole mindset about the world not necessarily being fair. I kind of get the idea that okay, the world's not fair, so maybe he's trying to make the world fair, which kind of makes like his whole balancer role, if you would, like more prevalent in a way, or at least like through his mindset. And then there's this idea, or I saw like a little bit of potential of focusing on is like the Emerald City stuff that's going on.
Yeah, I'm not convinced it's the Emerald City. You know what I mean?
It's a crystal island.
Yeah,
Oda's used it multiple times in different filler.
I'm not really convinced it's the Emerald City.
But if it was like I wouldn't be against it.
I'm not mad at it.
Yeah,
Now,
exactly.
King, why do you think the Marines are so interested in Uta? Why are they so hell-bent on getting her and capturing her?
I think it's kind of, I mean, I'm not too sure per se, but I think at a baseline, it's kind of a similar thing that we see in Marine 4 with Luffy and with Ace, with them being the sons of like very dangerous like lineages, like Dragon and Goldie Roger. So it's like Uta's a threat just because you don't want that lineage to kind of spread.
No.
Number one, and then she may have some sort of. We see, I think, there's like a little flash of her making musical notes, like actual like manifesting notes in a weird way.
Mm-hmm.
So her power may be indicative to something that. Almost like, let's say, like a Dynastone in like Film Z, where it's like there's some weird thing that she can do that no one else can really do it, that can cause like world chaos or destruction or control, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Now I've been hearing a lot of theories about Shanks, about music. It goes back to Bing Sake. Apparently, Shanks' crew used to sing it. Is Uta going to reveal the secrets of this song? And is that why the world government is so sweaty about this concert?
So that would imply that they knew in advance that Bing Sake was actually something that kind of alluded to something that's important for the future, which I don't think they do know that. I mean, they know a lot probably, but I don't know if they know certain details like that.
Now, King, what real daughter or fake daughter?
I'm cool with either or, honestly. Like, real or fake, adopted or not. I mean, I'm cool either or. I'm going to go out of you.
Right.
Yeah, it doesn't really fucking matter.
Doesn't matter.
It does not.
Now, we talked about is she a physical combatant or not? Or is someone else a real physical threat in this film?
No shot. She's probably going to be some unique power person. I don't see her being like a physical dynamo. There's
right.
no way.
Is it like is it a technical thing like law, or is it like... Because we're trying to figure out if Luffy actually like punches her in the mouth or not.
I mean, would we see female-male violence in 2022? I'm not too sure. I mean, is this Vivi again? That'd be interesting. But I mean, okay, I think that he's going to probably like encourage her because like when she's crying, and then you like Luffy's yelling at her like Shanks' daughter wouldn't do this kind of stuff. Like she's clean, like she's not marked up any way as far as I can tell. So, but probably have to defeat the because if she is like, let's say, some sort of, I mean, it's kind of crazier, but let's say she's some sort of like royalty, like not Shanks per se, but like her mother is some sort of royalty, so she's some sort of princess, some odd way. Then a lot of times the princesses don't have to necessarily deal. Like they're gonna get, they won't necessarily be like the real ire of Luffy.
Yeah, you bring up something interesting there, King. Because have you seen the press release about the film?
No, actually, I'm not.
So the press release says that the world is shocked to find out that she is Shanks' daughter, and also this is her first live performance. So she could be indeed some kind of protected royalty, hidden from the public domain, right?
Okay, so that also and that also clarifies why once again Akainu's fucking raging, like because we have to kill. Exactly, like he's sweating buckets again. Like oh my god, wow, like the Oka have more kids. Yeah, so classic Akainu. We got to kill him. Got to kill her.
Now
we
were talking about this before, King, but do we expect context on the event that made Shanks an emperor? Do we see flashes of Mihawk? Do we learn about Kaido and Shanks? Do we learn about how Ako Inu thought about Shanks in Marineford? Do we get those kind of contexts?
I think the most likely of the contexts would probably be like a little bit of after Shanks left East Blue, after Luffy.
Yeah.
Like, because maybe or let's say even like before per se. So like before he goes on his voyage, we find maybe some stuff with Mihawk and Shanks, but I don't see anything involving Kaido or any like greater detailed things per se. What they may do is actually have Shanks do something. Like because I was actually spoiler. I was talking to Brago the other day, and I was kind of thinking, okay, so like the Marines are pulling up, and then the Marines are gonna probably pull up to try and stop everything, like as per usual in every movie.
Yeah.
But then they get shut down by Shanks. They're gonna stop it, and then Shanks he actually pulls basically he pulls a Marine forward, but just like by himself and his boys. Like no, stop it, guys. Like listen, it's my daughter.
I could imagine Shanks throwing his sword, Haki beam, and just blowing up the Navy.
That's
the Navy fleet.
Shanks, exactly. So if Shanks pulls off a combat feat, that I think is like the most we'll get from this movie. Like Shanks actually does. Because like he has confirmed like conquerors Haki on his sword, something like that.
Christian was making the argument that for like people who just go and see the movie without any context,
need context for Shanks.
Still need context for Shanks and why he matters.
We're gonna get like a 3-minute montage of what Shanks is and what he did. We're gonna get East Blue, we're gonna get Whitebeard, and we're gonna get Marineford recapped of the movie.
I don't think it's gonna be a recap.
There's a vignette of who this man is.
I don't think it's gonna be so much a recap, more so dialogue. We get that. We get that scene. We get that opening scene of Shanks and Uta, and then Shanks is doing something, and somebody is giving a recap.
Because
it's gonna be like it's gonna be expedited very quickly.
I was making the argument that like Akainu could explain to his Marine goons why Shanks matters.
Ultimate. They just hold a meeting.
They're just like, why is Shanks? He's like, Shanks. He was instrumental in this event and all this stuff, and his daughter's dangerous for this reason.
Well, I mean, that prep for the Marines on why they're going after Uta. While he's giving that prep talk, we get a quick scene of Shanks and Mihawk clashing. We get something like that. Like a combination of the beginning of Strong World and the meeting in Stampede, I think it was for Bullet.
Because for the movie to work, it requires context of why Shanks is important.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it doesn't. Like, it's like, all right, whatever.
Who is bad?
So,
okay. Well, because but if the situation is like, okay, she's actually Shanks' daughter in blood, and then you have people understand how powerful Shanks is in the world. He's a Yonko, so given that and that alone, it's like you're filled with a Kaido,
right?
Or you're like back in the day, like Ace. It was revealed that he was Roger's son, but he was a major threat because he was a member of the White Red Pirates. Like back in the day, it was like, oh my god, whoa, White Red Pirates, wow,
King,
damn,
we know,
stand back, boys, stand back.
Yeah, we know in the context of the worldwide matters, but we're saying for like the audience, it's like required.
Does it though?
Because like
know.
I know people know, but like it's also like
They have to market the movie.
They did the
You
same
know,
thing
sell the
for
movie.
like Blackbeard.
Yeah.
In like Stampede.
Like
and
even
shit.
in
do for like
Film
new
Z.
characters like Bullet or something, like Bullet or
like Zephyr,
or
right?
Film Gold. Yeah, Zephyr, exactly.
We got a little
like,
flashback
old
of who this man is, you know.
Exactly, yeah. Like those characters need flashback stuff, but characters like Shanks or characters like, let's say, like an admiral. Or like Aokiji, that's not necessary.
I imagine in the script, one of the editors goes, "But what about people who haven't seen One Piece?"
It's just
That's ridiculous.
It's just Hollywood shit. It's just Hollywood shit.
Yeah, you have to add context for Shanks.
Why are they here? Like that's the same. Okay, hold on. Does every stride require context?
Yes,
context
King.
King
At the start of every movie, there's a Straw Hat action scene, and we get the names of all the Straw Hats.
Yeah.
In every movie. In every movie.
It happened in Film Gold.
Happened in Film Gold. Happened in Film
Stampede?
Z. I'm pretty sure it happened in Stampede. When they pulled up and there was like that first ship event where they're all running.
Oh, that one? Okay,
Yeah,
but it's not like we need a flashback of like, here's how Zoro joined the crew.
No.
Here's
like,
how Nami joined the crew and that kind of stuff.
You get a little context
but
of how
that
they
goes
fight
back
and who they
into-
are, you know? It's just a little context. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, but that also goes back into if that's all that they're gonna show. This really isn't a movie for people who are just looking at the trailer and going, "That looks interesting." It doesn't stand alone.
I think
pretty much
and I think that the Straw Hat will be a pivotal emotional access in the film. So they actually have to require to explain why the hat matters to Shanks in some way. Or Luffy.
Fair enough, yeah.
All right,
Okay, fair
we got $5 from Chris D. How does Oda have the time and creativity to come up with these original stories for movies, games, filler episodes, etc.?
Well, he doesn't actually take a break in his break weeks. He does other projects.
He does other projects in his break weeks.
Right. So you know, he doesn't actually get rest in the break week.
No. He writes and he helps with other projects.
Yeah.
Plays Pokemon Go apparently.
And the break is actually 3 days. It's not a week.
What's going on with this feed? We're getting feedback.
Who's getting feedback? Silvers?
Is that me?
Wait, is that me?
Yeah, you're getting feedback, man. Yeah. Anyway. All right. We've talked about the movie.
Well, anything else on the film, King, you want to talk about?
I mean, outside of that, I guess the only thing I'm really like excited for, outside of just seeing Shanks do something, hopefully, is that I'm not too sure what we're gonna be seeing with Luffy and company. So is it gonna be like post Rio hockey, like maybe Conqueror's hockey Luffy's gonna be actually in the movie? I don't know. I think that's possible. We have Conqueror's hockey Luffy.
I don't think we're getting. We're definitely not getting Gear 5. It's too late.
No, yeah, way too late. Way too late.
I don't think we're gonna get Ifrit Jumbe either. Or Zoro's Conqueror's ability. But Zoro does have Enma. But I don't think we're gonna get Zoro's King of Hell mode.
No.
So
maybe. I don't know.
Because G-Mid's in the crew, so that clarifies that, okay, we have like at least post G-Mid stuff.
It feels like we're at the power level we were when we first arrived at Onigashima. That feels like what it's gonna be like.
Yeah, and like fucking.
So like Rio.
Okay. If Rio,
Uta,
if it requires Gear 4, like
the blood of the God
powerful.
King, the
Very
blood of the
powerful.
God King is too strong. All right, that's what it is. Anyway, speaking of the God King, all right, we're gonna move into How Strong Is Shanks. All right. How strong is Shanks, Eric? Every week, we come to you with the question of how strong is Shanks. And every week we answer, Shanks is the strongest, Shanks is the God King.
Yes.
But there are still people out there, still, after all the evidence that we have gathered
Yes.
in the manga and in the Holy Book of Shanks, people still think that Shanks is not the strongest. Right? Ridiculous. Right?
Shameful.
Foolish.
There are people out there who think Kaido's the strongest. The man who was about to be beaten by Gear 5 Luffy. Is that the strongest character in the verse, Eric?
I don't think so.
Alright. There are people out there that think Blackbeard He's the strongest person in the
No, the
books.
camera died.
No, the camera died. I don't know what that's about.
Did the internet cut out? Or are we still here?
We're still live. No, are we still live? Well,
I can figure it out.
I can hear you, so
I can hear you, so we still have internet, and it says we're still live.
We're still live.
The server has been interrupted by the camera going out, which is great.
All right, we'll sort it out.
Too
after
powerful.
You know, you're live. You're still live.
We're still
Too
live.
powerful.
Camera went out. All right. The void has swallowed the camera because of all the non-believers, Eric. You see.
Speaking too much truth.
That's right.
Yeah, try to shut you down, dog.
Some people think Blackbeard's the strongest. The man who still needs the third devil fruit, Eric.
Yes. Even though we won't get it.
Even though he won't get it. There are people out there that think sweatiest man on the planet. The man who was folded by Whitebeard. Al-Qaeda is the strongest. Now these people are dwindling in numbers. Abandoning ship
Right.
as we speak.
The dragon ship's dead.
The marine suckers are losing numbers by the days.
But Bronco's keeping it alive.
Broncos keep it alive.
Barely.
They're dumping ship because, Eric, why the Gorosei are fraudulent.
Yes.
But the world government looks shittier and shittier every day. And we appreciate that, because that's the truth, right? There are people out there who think Mihawk's the strongest. And now these people...
Just move on. They don't need
They don't need to
time.
be addressed.
No.
Right?
Agreed.
And the worst people of them all, the people who think Aibu's the strongest.
Yes.
Alright? With the salt fruit, Umi, backwards. Okay.
Okay.
Alright.
Umie.
No. Shanks is the Good King. And every week bring 100% factual information to the table. This week's evidence is Shanks is so strong that his daughter will go toe to toe with Gear 5 post Wano Luffy as the blood of the God King empowers even the meekest of bodies. Shanks is stronger, Shanks the God King. Alright, moving on to topic of the show, Gear 5. Expectations.
Now we know King
What is
has
happening?
many thoughts on this.
King has wild takes. I will get into it.
Do I? Actually, I have more takes coming out too. I have more takes. I'm not done. I'm not done. Gear
not done. He's
Not
not
by a
done
long
yet.
shot.
Let's just.
No, I'm not
alright.
done.
King.
King, are you not okay with that?
Wait, are we still in the best though? What's going on here? Like,
Yeah.
Is the webcam up or something?
I'm
Okay.
getting the
King
webcam.
Christian will sort it out. King, let's just start with you.
Okay.
Talk to me about the potential you see in the Gear 5.
Oh, massive. Okay, so yesterday I dropped the video, or 2 days ago? No, yesterday it was.
Yes.
Well, I think that Luffy either can control plasma of all sorts because he is the sun god,
Right.
or at least he can rubberify every form of matter and energy. Not just matter, also energy. I think he is the combination, at least, of all of the like apex paramecia awakening abilities.
Yes.
So he has the ability to apply awakening to other people. We see with Kaido. To other objects probably too. We haven't seen him, like, let's say, rubberify a sword or a bullet, but he probably could. I don't see why not.
Yeah, he can rubberify the
And then-
ground, yeah.
Yeah, the ground as well. But also, if the lightning bolt is actually now rubber, or when it came to Kaido's blast breath, I don't see how you have a flame wave bounce back like that unless the actual flame himself is also now rubber. Meaning that what he probably did was by turning the ground to rubber, he also kind of turned the fire into like mock rubber too. So basically,
Maybe.
I think that Luffy's like, right, potentially. So I think that Luffy could probably do a lot of weird, like matter and energy, like manipulation via his rubber ability.
Yeah.
And then also one thing I definitely want to see too is how he operates with his fire stuff. We haven't seen that exactly. Because I get the feeling that when he ran on the air, he's either doing a UFO weird thing,
Yeah.
but because there's flaming tracks, I also get the feeling that he's probably running on those flaming tracks.
Perhaps.
Do you think
Because he's a mythical zone.
do you think
Yeah,
it's not
because
the
he's a
same-
mythical zone.
But King,
So why not?
do you think it's not the
Go
same concept of just like Skywalker, where he's just making friction?
Not necessarily, because the flaming tracks I think are indicated of maybe he could be kicking the ground or the air, I should say, like very repeatedly. But normally there's like a distinct way of doing that, where like every time there's like a sonic boom and there's like we never seen someone like run in that fashion in the air.
Yeah.
Like every time we've seen someone like, because even like Gear 4 Bowman, he like snaps his gum abilities on the air itself, and then like it kind of like you have that sound effect in the manga and so on. He does. It's literally in the viz of vroom, like it's a car engine, just vroom, and he just goes off. That's a bit different.
I don't.
Like,
Yeah.
Luffy's a bit different.
Well, I don't mind either way. I think the red stuff will come in at the end. I think the final attack will be a red move. Maybe
yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
Or either that, or let's say the thing about him actually being not necessarily like he's all white at nighttime, but then in the day he's like all yellow or something like that.
Maybe.
'Cause the sun
I don't know about
maybe.
that.
Are you in the camp?
I think to me, Sun God Nika, like, I think Sun God is just an epithet for Nika. I don't think it's literally Sun powers, because the Gorosei say the rubbery body. They don't necessarily talk that he's got sun abilities, right?
But the problem is that he makes fire. Like he makes fire, like just randomly at times. So it's like, okay, he's not a sun god per se because he's not less like he has weird mystical stuff, probably like with every other mystical Zoan. So he has mystical fire properties, and then so he could probably, because I think he can still burn someone, let's say with the Red Hawk, but he hasn't used hardening yet in this state.
And it's unclear on whether his hair is actual fire or just shaped in that way.
Right.
We don't really know until it's
I think
animated.
it's just wavy.
You kind of see it when it deactivates.
Yeah, but we'll see when it's animated what it really is.
Okay.
I'm still not really sold that his hair is white.
They said it.
I know, but like
Yeah,
I
but
don't
they
buy it. Also,
No, they didn't say that. They didn't say that his
Yeah, they
hair was
did.
white. They just said that he was like in this white form.
No,
and they
Yamato
just
said
give
his
up a
hair and
look.
clothes are white.
right? But it depends what that
Directly,
means.
but-
I don't know why Oda chose white. It's kind of weird.
because everybody does yellow.
Yeah.
I know, but like still,
Now, Eric, the definition of Nika.
right?
I have done some research into this. The Japanese word Nika means a lot of things.
Right.
Joy, rainbow, certain plants. Is this related to the rubber abilities? The different plants, the sun. Is he some sort of literal plant human? And that's why he could store the sun's energy
No.
and use fire.
Stop talking to me about
No, I-
photosynthesis because I want to hear no
What do we think about that?
photosynthesis
What do we think
abilities.
about
alright?
this?
Wait, yo,
I think
I don't
Luffy's
want to
a
hear. I don't want to hear
Venusaur.
about that.
Yo, he's a
Yeah, he's a
Venusaur?
Venusaur. What do we think about that?
I think Luffy's ability is literally, well, by our standards, it's literally just the Acme fruit. But in One Piece, and if you were to look at it in like a One Piece context, he's more of a reality warper.
No.
Him not, and the rubbery body is just a way to explain away Luffy contorting his body in those ways.
It is not that serious.
He's
not
rubber.
reality
like,
warping.
This
Stop.
is the
Yeah,
thing.
he is rubber, but just like Sengoku's Buddha fruit, Buddha, the mythical god, isn't actually gold, but Sengoku is. He just gives off a light that makes him appear
I
golden.
don't understand the semantic argument from Silvers.
My point is, the mythical zones in One Piece don't necessarily have the exact abilities that
Yeah,
that
I
they're
mean, sure.
inspired from.
I mean,
sure.
and
Luffy's-
Oda just
Luffy's
made this up
ability-
also, so
Nika
it's a
is-
bit-
Nika is not a real thing.
Yeah, like the
god.
Phoenix fires are kind of like the same as like we would expect from a Phoenix. I mean, he's not like dying, but the man can like take any attack and just kind of recover because he's a Phoenix. Like that's what it is.
I mean,
you know?
it's like that, but there's
Yamato's
always a
fruit can be ice
twist.
stuff,
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's always a twist. and shit.
I expect the fire abilities to be like a secondary kind of thing still. I don't think
I'm
they're gonna
still
be.
just going with
I don't think Luffy's gonna be
friction.
using flamethrower or whatever.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I'm
do you
still just
think
going
the
with friction
fire?
from the
Do you think the
rubber.
red attacks are directly related to this fruit, or is it something else? Is it Conqueror's Haki? Because there's still that
Nah.
theory floating around.
No. So
No,
what
I still
happened
think
was
it's friction.
yeah, because so what happened was that like
Yeah, but I never bought that. I
his red
never bought
attacks-
that argument. The friction argument, I never bought.
No.
I mean, that's
'Cause-
like-
no, 'cause
that's
it
like
wasn't
saying
that. It wasn't
Sanji.
that. No. Because Sanji's manifest fire. Like he just kind of makes it just happen.
Yeah, but Silver.
The
Sanji
original
was spinning-
explanation
yeah, but-
the original explanation for Sanji was
Yeah, we know.
friction. He's spinning, but because it's an anime and manga, you can't have him spinning every
Yeah, but
single
Silver's
time.
we
Now,
see
now
the
it's
friction.
Germa abilities. So
Yeah,
You
that.
know.
Yeah, but
Yeah, so, like-
Silver's we see
And
it. We
Luffy's
see
and
it.
Luffy's Red Hawk, the first time he used it, we actually saw him stretching. We actually saw him stretch to an extreme length. I've shown this shit on stream way too many times. Take a rubber band, grab it from the middle, and
It doesn't light on
rapidly
fire.
stretch it. It doesn't light on
It
fire.
melts. It melts.
No,
It's a manga It's an anime exaggeration of
melts.
that reaction.
Wait, so no. So every time he does a red series, whether it's a Red Hawk or a Red Rock, he's also using Armor Hockey hardening.
Yeah, but
every
he's doing
time.
that. Yeah, but King, he's doing that anyway with his normal attacks. What's the difference?
No, because in this case, it's also in
He's
combination with
generating
Gear
that
2.
fire.
No,
Yeah,
it's
but-
also with Gear 2.
Yeah, but
so like,
King-
so like the first Red Hawk that we see
Yeah.
is a combination of Gear 2 and Armor Hockey hardening. The Red Rock
So
is
you-
Gear 2 with Gear
So
3
you go.
and hardening.
So you guys haven't changed your opinion that like the sun god Nika doesn't add fire. It's more of his like heat off his own body.
No, I think it's possible
think-
now. I think it's possible now. He actually could generate his
But-
own
but King-
fire without needing Gear 2.
But King, if we go back to the Kaido versus Luffy, that one chapter when he's using Gear 3 and Gear 2 at the same time, and
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
using rock attacks, they're not on fire.
No, so some of them. So here's the thing: they're
what's the difference,
combined,
you know?
but because he has to actually
not on fire.
because he has to
Red
actually
is.
notate to the red stuff. So like,
Yeah, I know.
once he says red, okay, now the fire is coming. So just how sometimes when he says Thor, the lightning is coming. I'm like, okay, so
He's done it
he has to
once.
actually say the name.
done-
So he's done it once in the manga, but he did it a second time in the anime. It's like filler essentially, but against Katakuri in the mirror world, he just creates lightning. Out of nowhere.
I think you could explain those abilities via the fruit now, which is fine. I'm not upset about it.
I think Oda had this planned since Fishman Island, and that's why he's been giving him fire abilities. That's
Yeah, I
what I
agree.
think.
I agree. So there's even a scene where Luffy in Punk Hazard, he's running so fast, he's making flaming tracks on the ground. And
Yeah.
it's a weird scene because like that's never happened before with Luffy when he's ever run fast. Why is it in this particular moment? And then he actually tells Smoker like him flying is really unfair, it's really cheap. And then here he is running literally on the air. Like, and mind you, like this man, he covers so much distance. He covers
he's
like
very
3 or
fast.
4
Yeah.
Onigashimas in like an
Very fast.
instant. That's like, dude, what the hell? Just vroom. So yes, no, like his rope,
Also,
like,
King, I want you to
he's so fucking-
take.
so powerful.
I want you to take why Kaido's borrow breath was so big.
dude,
What
that
was going
is-
on there? That's like an odd level attack.
Because he was just mad. He was just salty. He's like, you know, I'm tired. He's getting skipped
Yeah.
like a clown. He has to do something impressive to counter that. Because he has to flex. Like, if someone flexes on you, right? Like, if someone dunks on you, you at least got to drain 2 threes in his face. Like, okay,
That's
what
right,
up
yeah,
now?
all right.
Like,
Yeah.
it's like you have no choice.
Going back to
Everybody has
the
been
go on, Silvers.
everybody has been saying that Luffy is shitting on Kaido. Am I the
Not
only one
really.
in here?
Not
who-
really.
Ooh,
No.
Yeah, am I the only one,
Idiots
am I the
idiots on
only one
Twitter.
in here who does not agree with that?
I disagree
when Luffy
with
first
that.
popped when Luffy popped Gear 4, he was shitting on Doflamingo, in my opinion. He was absolutely dominating.
I think
that
it's
fight.
even now. But Kaido's got the stamina advantage. And he always had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and he's taking more damage too, of course, this
Yeah,
fight
we know.
easily.
And
we
all-
know
Yeah,
that.
they're essentially going blow for blow. So where are people getting the idea that Luffy is absolutely shitting on Kaido in this fight? Is it
he's
just
like-
because of how
Because
goofy
he's
he's
clowning
taking
him.
this?
He clowned him for 2 chapters,
Yeah,
but he wasn't doing any
Is
damage.
he really doing any damage?
No.
No, he wasn't.
Now, King, what people have asked us a lot. What do you think is going on with Gear 5 and Conqueror's coding seemingly not appearing?
But Oda telling us it's there.
Yeah. What do you think
Okay.
this is?
So this is something that I've kind of, okay. So this could be wrong, but I'm kind of leaning towards this massively. So I'm not too sure if Luffy can actually utilize Conqueror's Hockey or Arm Hockey properly in Gear 5 because he's probably missing out a lot of hockey flow. But that was kind of like the whole point about like the whole Rio hockey train. Like he had to kind of master his hockey flow,
Yeah.
and that's how he kind of grasped the future stuff very very easily.
In our yeah.
Okay.
So in our opinion, it's basically Oda making a choice not to draw it that way because he wants to display the stretching on
yeah.
Kaido, and he can't do both.
I mean, I don't know because like you can have Kaido stretch, but like because we don't see his hardened fist if we're to be hard in.
Yeah.
I think it actually kind of portrays to his. There is still a lot of room to master Gear 5 because his hockey isn't working that well,
yeah.
but he can still do a lot of hockey.
Yeah, because
And there's actually a notation for this in the actual rooftop fight. It happened with Big Mom and Kaido and Law. When Law said he couldn't move these guys in his room because they exude so much hockey, it's very unclear if it's armor hockey or conquer hockey or a mixture of both.
Right.
and then they're not actually showing hardening or any Conqueror's Haki. Luffy's doing the same thing now.
Yeah, Luffy's just
essentially.
spewing conquerors out of his body,
Yeah.
but he's
Yeah,
not
pretty
necessarily
much.
using it.
All right, King. What do you think about this concept? Right? Is Gear 5 the ultimate Devil Fruit form, and is Gear 4 the ultimate Haki form? Because there has to be a reason why Gear 4 is still relevant.
Just to add another point on that,
You know what I
Kaido
mean?
does say he's using Armored and Conqueror's Haki.
Yeah, but like,
Right.
it isn't the ultimate forms of it.
Right.
It's like kind of just there, you know.
So,
I mean,
There's
remember what
probably a
kind of Curry
chance-
said.
okay.
You gotta be in the right state of mind in order to like utilize your hockey. Luffy obviously right now is not in the right state of mind.
Right, exactly. So there's a chance where in the future he could combine his Gear 4 and Gear 5 into a Gear 6 or something. In the future, if we need like like if Blackbeard's so disgusting, like he's a Cerberus, he's doing like earthquakes and dark matter swells,
Are you in the
if
camp?
Enu's just that
King,
nasty, whatever. Then
King,
okay,
are you in the
I'll go try.
camp that thinks that Blackbeard can absorb Haki?
Oh,
Because he could absorb Devil Fruit essence, whatever the fuck that means. You know what I mean?
okay.
Why not
This-
He could stop people from using their devil fruits. Yeah.
This I think could be possible, but it shouldn't be possible.
Okay.
That's the thing. It shouldn't happen because there are different power schemes. It's like, okay, so I guess in the sense of, let's say this, if he can, let's say, absorb a bullet or let's say cannonballs,
Yeah.
like physical stuff, then in theory he can absorb hockey as well. Like he's not limited to that stuff.
Yeah.
But hockey is a whole different power system, so it shouldn't be the case. But fair enough. I never thought about that, but you know what? Fair enough. Why not? He can absorb hockey.
All right. Yeah. All right.
I'm cool.
So, all right. So, people, we've been hearing people say the tone is ruined with this new form. People saying, "What about the Blackbeard fight? What about the Archaeadu fight?" All right. Now I've said this before, but I don't know why people think that Blackbeard is some sort of edge master.
The man sloppy.
Blackbeard's a clown.
Right.
Hey,
He's
look at
rolling
that! Look at that!
This
gut.
man, Blackbeard eats a sloppy Joe. It's getting all over his chest. Like,
He was
Yeah.
he was begging for
Look
his
at the way he
life
was
against
eating the
Whitebeard.
pie.
The man's rolling around on the floor crying against Whitebeard.
oh man.
I don't
And
know why
even
people
still,
think Blackbeard's some edgy character. I don't understand this.
And even still, Luffy isn't running around acting like Bugs Bunny the entire time. He actually is like
Yeah, last
speaking in
last
coherent
chapter was
sentences.
raw, as the kids say. King.
He's holding that lightning bolt, man.
Yeah, like again, like after that chapter 1045, people all of a sudden like, because even Brago says, "Oh yeah, like he preferred this last chapter compared to like the other chapter." I'm like, that's ridiculous. I thought like 145 was like perfect. I thought it was amazing. It was just that because there was, and mind you, like the only real like Looney Tune stuff he did in terms of like the facial stuff was like when he took the attacks and his body started to mold in a very odd way, right? But outside of that, like there were moments where he's like hella serious, like he's charging Kaido with like, "I'm gonna kick your ass." He's mad. The blast breath. He's like grimacing. He's like, "God damn," all that stuff. It's like, okay, so he's still serious as all hell. And then people are like, "Well, because he looks goofy."
Yeah, I don't know.
Then
I think
it's like, what?
this is
Gets his head smashed
Yeah.
through the top of the skull.
Yeah.
And
a lot of people on Discord and Twitter, etc., want to debate about stats, right? How much strength has Luffy got and how much speed has he got in Gear 5? This is my general thought,
Okay.
alright? Strength buff,
Like infinite.
physical strength, maybe 100% physical strength buff.
Well, here's the thing.
1,000.
The
I don't know about
gigantification shit,
Right.
it's hard to quantify because
giants is shit.
that
Bro,
and also
he's
that's
jump
kind of
rope
like
skipping Kaido.
I know, King. I'm aware.
Yo.
I'm aware.
So it's a
Yo.
massive strength buff. Speed in fighting,
I was about to say I can't really tell.
Consequential,
The
I don't
difference.
know.
I can't tell. The
He's
difference.
way faster.
his travel speed's
argue.
faster for sure, but
Yeah,
I don't know
well,
about attack speed.
Yeah, we're talking about combat speed. We're talking
Well,
about travel
combat-
speed. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Combat speed, maybe not changed.
Yeah.
Defense, huge buff.
Huge defensive
Massive.
buff.
Massive
Thousand,
defensive,
like,
massive
thousand buff, yeah.
defensive buff.
Yeah.
Ridiculous, right?
Yeah.
Agility.
Well, he could imagine if Luffy pulls out the paper art with his wacky body.
Yeah.
Just
Do you-
imagine that.
I think the utility.
Kanye?
Yeah. I think the utility on the
Can you just
ability
imagine that?
has increased his freedom dramatically,
Oh my
which is
God.
good,
Yeah.
right? But like people saying Gear 5 is a 300%
No,
buff.
it's like a 20% buff.
It's not.
Over Gear 4.
It's not like.
Those are a certain programmers people.
Yeah, you can't triple Luffy's strength,
and he's still fighting the same character.
He's
okay against Kaido. Exactly. It's like so. Like let's say it is 1,000 buff. Kaido's still fighting him blow for blow. It's like it's only now that's actually a fair fight. And mind you, even though he has his power, we can clearly see that he has a stamina, and also massive stamina corrupts over here. Like,
and if people want to say that, like, say, because you got to put it into context. Like, we know what a King Kong does to Dressrosa. Now, what does an over King Kong do to Dressrosa?
Kaido just tanks it.
What is it Gear 5 giant fist do to Dressrosa? The island's gone. The island's gone. So, like, you have to put that into context as well.
After the Puncture Willy, I said Luffy has to blow up Wano for the final attack. After the Puncture Willy.
Oh, yeah. He has the top law for sure. Without a doubt.
He has the top law with that fucking final attack. Anyway, King. I was talking about this weeks ago, but what are your thoughts on the craziness of Kaido just tanking the Overcon gun?
Bro,
underrated.
Underrated feat.
Oh my god. Okay, so I don't want to spoil this because again, I had this con with Brago literally 2 days ago. So that come on his channel probably at some point in the future.
It'll probably come out today. Who knows? But whatever.
Probably, yeah. I was saying because we were debating about how I said that Kaido compared to Whitebeard took vastly more damage in this fight.
A huge amount. Infinitely more damage.
But he has a Kainu just so freaking high. I'm like, there's no way. And I'm talking about the Overcon gun. And the Overcon, it's like when you think about how these strings that Dofi had were hardened, they get sliced through meteorites like butter. He punched Dofi through those same strings, broke those strings, folded in the city, and the Conqueror's Hockey infused version of that is going to be like
massive damage,
5 times more powerful, massive
penetration damage.
The Overcon gun probably has enough potency to destroy an entire island easily.
Yeah,
honest to God, easily. Like it's probably on the same level, if not even more so, than freaking Law's Shock Willy.
I'm gonna say this, right? People want to talk about the stamina of Alkaid and Kuzan 10 days, whatever. The Admirals do not have the physical toughness of the Emperors. It's impossible. How could they have this much physical toughness?
It's because they're low gears.
Right. Alkaid got folded in half by Whitebeard with 2 attacks.
That's true.
I would argue
in a matter of minutes.
And also, I'd argue too, at the time, the weakest of the Yonko.
Like, obviously the weakest of the
Yonko. Had a heart attack. And then he's not known for the same durability as Big Mom or Kaido.
Yeah, and Whitebeard's physical, Whitebeard's physical toughness was gone because of his sickness and age.
Yeah. He was old and dying.
The Yonko are physical specimens.
All right, we don't have to get. I'm sure King does a fine job debating Brago in this.
People don't think about the Overcon gun; they just take it as for granted.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous
for granted.
And now, are we gonna see Giganta Red Hawk or some crazy nonsense coming from
Meteor
from this final attack?
Well, first, I want to see Luffy use this lightning bolt as a whip to do some combo attacks.
That's insanity.
I want to see him like grab Kaido's neck and then like punch him in the face and shit.
Does he turn the lightning bolt into a pipe and start using the pipe skills that he had when he was a kid?
Quite possibly.
Maybe.
I would not put it past. I would not put it past them at this point.
King, how hype would that be?
So what he learned from Sabo back then, he actually, that's interesting.
Because Luffy been using a pipe from a young age. He knows how to use it.
He knows how to use the pipe. He's the master of the pipe.
Giggity.
Using a lightning bolt as a weapon? Crazy.
Using a lightning bolt as a weapon.
Now, people want to talk about, can Luffy manifest weather? All Emperors manifest weather with their haki, so don't worry about that.
Whatever.
He can't literally control weather.
I mean, he goes into the sky, and then lightning appears.
Sure, but
because this would be the hint of that. Like if Oda actually had like this much of amount of foresight, this would be what happened in Lockdown, and it wasn't Dragon. That was Luffy himself.
It was Dragon.
The lightning bolt actually came in there.
It was Dragon.
That was Luffy's own doing.
I think it was.
If
Dragon.
Kaido is controlling the weather, I think it's ineffective as Delphi.
Or it was Luffy.
Maybe.
It was Dragon. It was Fate. Or it was Luffy.
But
Nah, I
listen,
think it was Dragon.
every
That was
time the
absolutely Dragon.
I
emperors
mean,
do
Dragons have
something,
a scrub right now. I don't know.
King.
So you tell me.
World's world's
right,
most
King,
wanted man,
King.
King.
Yeah, in Kamabaka.
Most dangerous criminal.
In Kamabaka.
King,
Congratulations.
do you
right? Like,
have
he's busy
do you
right now.
have
He has
Luffy
nothing to
over
worry
Dragon
about.
right now?
So okay, I think I have him in the same ballpark as
Okay.
Dragon, but I'm not
Okay.
right now. I need to see Dragon do something
And-
because it's kind of
and-
like in a shonen trope.
Right.
Normally, you don't have the main character be showing his dad, like without seeing his dad fight.
By the way, I just want to call people out there,
Yeah.
right? Whoever's watching this or hears about this, right? If you think Luffy is stronger than Kaido after he defeats Kaido, you're straight up a fraud.
Yes.
And you don't know how to power scale, and stop talking about
Correct.
power scaling. That's my hot take. You can't be saying Luffy's stronger than Kaido
when Luffy had like 4
when
breaks.
Luffy
Or whatever.
rested like 9 times and Kaido's taken all the damage.
Ate food, came back, had help, had Momonosuke.
King,
had,
why do people
Ki-
ignore that the mate was a full heal?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, like he literally. I mean, dude, he had not
Because
he had,
people
like,
are looking
he had
too
cat-
much at it.
Dude, I think
Go
he had
ahead,
Kaibu, so I think that he had Kaibu's like whole like storage of food. He
Yeah.
had way more than me. Like he's fine. He said.
He
good.
And, you know,
life return.
People
Kaido
are looking-
fighting the Scabbards, he's fighting the Rooftop, he's fighting Yamato. He's
Momonosuke.
on the
People are
hunt.
looking at it too much in a realistic
kid-
light.
we can't-
One meal isn't going to get
Eric.
you back to 100% in 5 minutes.
Eric,
It's Luffy, baby.
It's Luffy. What? He's got life
That's
returns.
been Luffy
basically.
from the
Oh
start.
yeah, I 100% agree with you. I'm just saying that's the reason that people don't
Alright,
believe
alright.
that the meat was 100%
We can't forget
healed.
the Kinemon boot stab as damage.
Oh,
We
that's
can't
high
forget that
damage.
We
Yeah, the
can't forget that
Kinemon
damage.
stabbing Kaido in the leg. Crazy.
We can't forget it. We can't forget
Have you ever been kicked in your shin? That shit
No, I don't want to
hurts.
make this a Zoro thing, alright?
Why
But
are we
I want to get King's take on this
Why?
because a lot of Zoro fans are saying it, right? And they seem
Okay.
confused
Hey,
about
King.
what happened in the King fight,
it. Okay.
right? King, what do you think about this contention? If Zoro was at full capacity when he fought King, then he has way more stamina with Enma and King Hell Zoro. And my retort to that is he was at full HP because that was the point of the drug. What
Didn't
is your-
Chopper literally say like
Yes.
he was
It brings him
regenerating?
back. Yeah, it brings him back to 100, but once it wears off, he's
Right.
below
So-
0.
Yeah.
So you got people like Zoro fanboy. You got people like Dritz making the argument that somehow the drug was draining his stamina and he wasn't at full stamina in
No,
the King fight.
No.
And-
He's at 100
Right.
until
We
it
all
wears
agree.
off.
We all agree. And also, they're saying wild stuff that like if Zoro was at full, he would two-shot King.
No, that didn't even
No.
happen in the fight. That didn't even happen in the fight.
Well, and they're
Bro,
trying to make it seem like Zoro would
himself
wash
literally
King.
Zoro himself literally says that this guy is unbelievably powerful. He says that literally when he's
Right.
getting blasted through like layers, like when he meets Frankie, and he's doing like I think like the Imperial
Right.
Wing, and he's just mowing through
And-
Zoro. He's like,
and-
this guy's unbelievable.
And King, what do you think about this? That they're making the argument that now that Zoro knows King's secret about his
No.
different forms, that he would wash him. And my,
Even with
my
the, even
retort to
without
that-
the flames.
right, but my retort to that is, well, King would have knowledge on Zoro as well,
He could just sit in the corner and spam the Imperial Arrow, and Zoro would do nothing.
right? Because Zoro can't handle the
Zoro
speed
can't
of the
handle the
attack.
speed,
So what's he
exactly.
gonna do about
What
that?
was it? What was it when King's flames go out? That's when his defenses are down. Even with
we don't
that,
have to-
King was still
But yeah.
pretty tanky.
Shout out to Zoro fans, always hyping up Zoro, making excuses for the man. The man can use Conqueror's Haki right now for 2 minutes, if that.
Yeah.
He barely
The
even
end
knows that
massage
he
is
has
too strong.
Conqueror's Haki. It's
Right.
just something he's using like subconsciously.
All right.
Correct. He calls
And-
it the King of Hell.
And
Edgy.
Luffy would wash the shit out of him.
Edgy.
I will become the King of Hell.
Luffy will
Bro.
wash the shit out of him.
The fact
Anyway.
that Yamato saw Kaido and Luffy clash and break up the sky, and she's like, "Whoa!" Like that's I read about it in the book. It's a legend. She has Conqueror's Haki infusion. So if she and so it's so listen, man. Zoro just learned that stuff. She's probably around his level, maybe a little bit higher because she has more experience in Conqueror's Haki. But Luffy is just dumb.
Having
Like I understand
having
that
the
people are
ability
so
does not put
because
you above
all the
everyone
Zoro
else.
stuff is like the idea of like we kind of want Zoro as a Zoro fanboy collective to be Zoro and Luffy. They're close in power. They're the sun and moon. Van Beckman, Shanks, all this nonsense. Rayleigh and Roger. No,
And by the way,
Luffy
just, yeah.
Luffy is literally beating his dream now. It's not happening.
Right.
No, we're
And
not.
and
We're not.
also, Kaido confirmed in the Kaido fight, you require Future Sight to dodge Snake Man.
You
That was
acquire
a
it.
big
You
one.
require
That
it.
was a big one.
Require it.
That was a big one. That was a big
Because
one.
he was
That's
stun
kinda
locked. He was stun locked in the Hydro cushion. He couldn't do anything.
Black Mamba, he was
and
stun
he was stun locked until he used Future Sight.
That's right.
How
Too
fast
fast.
is Snake Man compared to, let's say, Kingdom Wildfire's movement? Like, way faster.
So anyway, enough about that. Gear 5 busted. I imagine the consequence
It's
is
good. I wouldn't say it's busted. I'd
It's
say
good. It's good. I don't think it's that crazy of a power up. It's a power up,
Yeah, no
but
doubt.
it's not wild.
I think it's crazy, but I think it's like, it just kind of shows
No
you
one's
just how tough
mad.
it is to be-
No one's
to be,
mad,
you know.
which is a key indication that it's not crazy.
Yeah.
No one's mad at the level of Luffy is at right now. I don't think.
Oh,
like
there are
outside
some
fan
people who are
groups are
mad.
mad.
There are
Yeah,
some
like-
people who are mad.
Idiots think it's reincarnation and all
Still
those
to
kind of
this
things.
day. But anyway,
It's the beat of his heart that Zoe recognized.
Yeah,
the
but-
whole reincarnation idea was stupid from
the
the
whole
get-go.
thing with me with the power scaling is, I would have liked another arc to sort of split up the power ups, but we didn't get it. Whatever. It's not that much of a.
We
big
should
deal.
have dealt with Big Mom before we came to Kaido.
Big Mom is
Well-
a weird one, but I mean,
I think we should
no.
have had a little side arc before Wano just to fucking get the power ups and whatever. But
Yeah.
at least some of the power ups. Like, so I mean, you can argue. Someone's argue that because Rio was learned in Udon, like they view Wano as a separate arc, like how they kind of view
yeah.
Enies Lobby and Water 7.
Yeah, but still,
which is
you know.
interesting, but it's not really true.
He learned Conqueror's coding and then he awakened. So it's a lot of one time. But
I look at
Yeah.
it that way too, King, but obviously
well,
Wano and
Oda
Onigashima
doesn't call it that.
are closer connected.
But Oda says that we're still in Wano. He still could.
but anyway,
Wano.
anyway,
Yeah.
Oh,
Luffy,
yeah, it's still the same arc.
Luffy's elevated himself to Emperor status. I think that's earned at this point now, right? I don't
Yeah.
think anyone's complaining about it. King, you still
You
want
know, he's there. I mean,
territory,
he's-
or you?
If he's not, I actually, I still do.
I mean, I'm sure one.
We're gonna get Wano. Whatever.
I would
We
hope
have
so.
Wano, we have Fishman Island.
The question is like, well, but the question is, and I remember I was telling the Rain about this too. It's like, oh well, maybe we actually have the world government. They took over Wano country because their ships are there for a reason.
Well, Luffy
you know?
wouldn't allow
Yeah,
that.
but
regardless.
is Kano country in the New World?
no, it's in the
no.
South Blue.
South Blue.
South Blue.
There you go.
Anyway, that's enough about Gear 5. We're looking forward to what Oda pulls out of his bag. I want to see the Lightning Whip. I think it'll be a good concept and a very powerful ability.
Also, what do you think about this?
Right.
Bartolomeo did burn Shanks' flag in the New World, so did he take that island for Luffy? Is that territory?
Maybe. Could be.
Maybe.
If he did, that could spark some kind of conflict with Shanks.
I mean, Shanks ain't
when
gonna,
they
you know,
actually meet.
whatever.
Oh yeah, like I'm a firm believer in the Davy back arc.
All right.
The Shanks and Luffy Davy
Anyway.
back fight.
Anyway, we're moving on to a little power scaling with some two dumb characters to get interested in this pointless debate.
Thunderdome.
The Thunderdome.
Wano country's in Ice Blue.
There we go. All right.
All right.
That's a great line, honestly.
We got Mr. One versus everyone's favorite Marine, Berry Good. Now, Eric, do you remember who Berry Good is?
Yes, the ball man
The
that
ball
Frankie
man.
fights.
That Frankie can't hit. Now, Eric, is this a buggy situation where he can disassemble himself in smaller and smaller balls?
Infinite particles.
Infinite particles. Because
know.
Mr. White, a cutting man.
Right.
If Berry Good gets cut, does he just turn to balls and not get cut? This
Balls
is the
can be
question.
cut, no giggity.
But
King,
He's not like Buggy.
what do you?
Buggy shreds. He like rounds out.
How do-
I think he'd be cut.
Do you?
The question is, can this guy actually penetrate the steel from Mr. One?
Well, he'd have Rokushiki.
Rokushiki finger pistol can penetrate steel, as said by
Doesn't he can-
Robucci.
Wait, does he have Rokushiki?
He must.
He's in the Marines.
He must.
He's
He's
a, he,
Oh,
what is he? A
that's
rear,
really-
Yeah,
what?
he's a
wait,
rear
whoa,
captain?
that
What the fuck he is?
doesn't necessarily mean he has the
according
Rokushiki.
according to the Marines and their law, all Marines learn Rokushiki. Depends how good they are, but apparently all of them learn it. It's the Marines' martial arts. So technically, Garb should be a master of Rokushiki. Haven't seen it.
Yeah,
but,
godly.
but
Look,
you know.
I'm gonna just say no on that one because there's guys like Smoker that just clearly have no idea, or Hina as well. They may have like Soru maybe for like high speed movements, But some characters just don't use that in their Marines for a long time. So I'm gonna say, hey, Mr. One takes this. I'm fine. I'm
Yeah,
for Mr.
100%.
Yeah, Mr. One takes this.
Mr. One, okay, easy.
You're not interested in the debate about how Smallberry Good can make himself and whether
No.
or not he can be cut
No.
or not.
All right,
No.
there you go, Mr. One.
No
Blade
one-
is a blade.
I think it's an interesting concept. Maybe the audience can think about that. But
Now, what would be even more interesting is Mr. One versus the Rust guy. Is that a hard counter? Does he
potentially.
instantly get destroyed?
Ooh. I think he does.
And the Rust
mean,
guy
yeah,
could
he
also
can
rust anything. Zoro was
Hands were rusty.
hands were rusty.
So it's a Pokemon super effective type deal.
which is a busted ability if you think about it. But I imagine the Haki rule applies to all busted
Of course.
Alfreds,
Oh,
as
yeah.
we all know.
Does Mr. One have flying slashes?
Does he have hockey like hardening?
Just
He blocked Mihawk.
Just-
Let's just
right.
put that in perspective.
sure.
He did.
All right. Just a quick note.
Yeah.
We came up with the Haki rule before it was confirmed.
That's right.
And then it was confirmed.
That's right.
So a W for us, all right?
Okay. Side W. But anyway,
Yep. I'll sign it. Mr. One takes his W.
Mr. One takes his W. Moving on to questions. We got a lot of questions.
Get these through. I imagine there's a few similar ones.
About Shanks, whatever. From Dart. Most people think Gear 5 Haki Man is real dumb. In retrospect, what do you guys like this instead? What did you think?
5 hockey man.
Do you think the Gear... Well, we all remember during the Gear 4 days when people thought Gear 4 was going to be full body Haki with Luffy on fire. The classic. The classic meme 4.
I think Dart's referred to the meme image of Luffy with the red X on
with the
his
red X,
chest
yeah, the
in
Haki
full body
man.
Haki.
Yeah.
Oh, the one like
the-
Master made?
Yeah.
Yeah, the gone with
The edge-
like
the
adult
edge form,
gone
yeah.
with the upside down
Yeah.
pentagram
Yeah.
edgelord.
Yeah,
Edgelord
I read
Virgin
it.
Edgelord.
Edgelord Gear 5.
Virgin
Yeah,
Edgelord, yeah.
exactly. The Virgin Edgelord. There we go. Now we're talking.
Stupidest thing that
I
I've ever
think
seen.
Not the Chatnika God. No, no
So-
sir, no shot.
Oda managed to evolve Luffy in a way that's perfect for Luffy.
I think, like, he goes on to ask if the edge form would have been more well received. Yes, but it's not as interesting.
No.
He doesn't get
Wait.
any... Yeah.
How was this received in Japan? That's what matters the most.
We got no idea how
No
to
idea.
quantify that.
We'll probably have to ask
Okay,
O'Hara or
because-
something.
Yeah, because obviously like the edgelord stuff is more prevalent here in the West.
Yeah.
So I think over here in the West, like full body armor hockey, like glowing red eyes,
yeah.
like inverted pentagram.
I'll
Okay,
just
fine.
I'll just make
But
the
in Japan,
comment.
In the
Leave it
Red
up.
For- in the Red Force podcast Discord, in the general channel, that is a picture. Just for the context, that is the picture that everybody is referring
Yeah, we
to when
know
they
what the
think
picture
about.
is.
It's horrible.
I
It's just
yeah.
adult gone, the short shorts, and then they gave him Naruto glowing like lines on his body.
Yeah.
Horrible, disgusting.
Okay, all right. We don't have to...
I'll just make the comment of everyone's talking about tone and edge and stuff. You can make anything look edgy and tone. You can change your tone at any point. Look at Pesci from Part 5. He evolves into the hype man.
That's right.
Right.
Trained...
So
yeah.
you can always change it.
All right. There you go.
Thick ass neck. though.
I think it would have been more well received, but less interesting.
Yeah, it's
You know?
definitely more of an interesting ability. For sure.
From Jekko, now that Luffy has acquired every possible established power up, all forms of Haki plus Delta Fruit Awakening, what's left for him? What will be the final power up of the story? What will be the final power up?
Secret
I have
Shanks
an idea.
Haki.
Secret Shanks Haki. We talking time stop bullshit? Or what are we talking about?
I don't know. King, what do you think?
Times.
So, I mean, I think that Shanks has something new to teach Luffy for sure, but I think ultimately there's something that we have to see, and I haven't forgotten this yet. How the hell is Luffy's voice of all things communicating with other people?
Yeah.
How?
Interesting.
Why? That to me, that I think is one ability that
Telepathy?
if Roger could have, it would be using that as a means of like,
Yeah.
I can use this in a means of fighting. Like it
Yeah.
sounds kind of ridiculous, but it wouldn't surprise me if that could actually be altered
There's-
in a
yeah.
fighting way.
There's
Yeah.
actually one power system that rarely gets brought up, but it is the Soul/Life Force power system
Yes.
that Brook uses, Big Mom uses, of course. But the lifespan/soul, whatever, is that kind of the final frontier of the story, or is that just in the background? Maybe that's the only thing I can think of. Sort of lifespan soul stuff.
Maybe.
Because it's not related to Haki. It's just a different thing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. So
Okay.
maybe we'll see about
Next
that.
question.
Could the Nika actually control souls to a degree?
Maybe.
I mean, yeah, maybe. Yeah, it's not
Could
out
be,
the window, but
could be like a Bella Betty situation.
yeah.
Unpopular opinion, I would like Luffy to learn a weapon.
He has
already
the
knows
style.
the weapon.
He has the pipe skills.
He's got the pipe skills.
But they're not confirmed, right? It's like Luffy himself said, like in all on part, like, he can't use a sword or a
Yeah,
sniper.
he doesn't know.
that
He
kind of
doesn't
stuff.
know how to
Didn't say-
shoot. He
didn't
doesn't
say
know how
pipe.
to
Right, right.
He did not say pipe.
He was a kid. He was a kid swinging his stick. Come on.
Luffy's the
now.
world's strongest
Oh,
pipeman.
pipe
The
skills,
world's
though.
strongest pipeman.
Yeah,
Hey, yo, let's get.
Hey, giggity?
that's right.
Question
Hey,
mark?
man.
Like
Hey,
he's
look-
seeing Kaido's all his club skills, and he incorporates that into his
Hey,
own pipe skills.
hey, listen.
For a lightning ball.
What if
That'd be
Luffy
tough. Yeah.
uses Thunderbargo with the pipe?
Rubber
Hey,
Pablo.
now we're talking. Like, actual with the lightning rod too. Actual Thunder Bagua. The real Thunder.
And he goes to Kaido. I could also copy you, and he does the category thing, but with a lightning bolt.
Right. There you go.
All right. Maybe next week we'll see it. Who knows? All right. All right. From Young Nika. All right. Always trying to get everybody to say something wild on stream, but you know. Here we go. Why do Shanks get a movie and Fraud Hawk just get replaced by robots? This man throwing shade at Mihawk. SSG.
Yeah, I don't see no film Hawk, so
Film Hawk. When's it coming?
Alpha Mihawk always.
I mean, just wait for it. That's all I'm saying.
Shanks is obviously a way more important character, and that's just a factual thing. I don't know. That's just what it is, you know.
Can we stop the Mihawk slander, please?
right.
Wait
Yeah.
for Film
Chapter
Black.
1 have been saying we want to see Shanks do something. We're in chapter 1046. We're still doing the same thing. Like Shanks has to output.
We
way
saw
more.
Roger use an attack before Shanks.
Exactly.
Oda's saving the source.
Like when Shanks does something, like it wouldn't surprise me. Where like we cut to like every person that can use armor that can sense hockey, and they'll can just send something across
nani?
the entire planet.
Oh,
and that's, yeah, everyone's going nunny, like it's a global nunny. And like, oh,
How
yeah,
sweaty is
finally-
Al-Qaeda?
And then Garp, and then Garp's like, Akagami.
Cut over to Rayleigh and like, yeah, I know that feeling.
It's like finally, he makes his move.
Mihawk just fucking. Sakazuki's
That
just
black
gonna
beard
nap and
sitting there
bang down his
laughing.
forehead.
Yeah,
He's-
Sakazuki.
Yes.
He can't
Sweaty.
handle it. He can't handle it. He can't handle it. All right, now from Dart, and I'm gonna say this is a question for King of Lightning. Who is the most smashable smile user?
Oh, these niggas.
It's Jinromi. Did you really have to think about that, bro?
Wait, is she a smile user?
The monkey
I
one.
believe so.
Jim
I don't think
Rummy.
she is.
Jim Rummy.
If she is, I'm gonna say Jim Rummy.
What
yes.
about
You know,
Solitaire?
thank you.
What about Solitaire? She has 6 arms. I'm just saying.
Yeah, they're useful. Yeah,
Ooh,
I'll
gig-
share them.
ooh,
You know,
giggity.
you guys got me. You guys got me
Solitaire.
because I know
Yeah.
I know folks are gonna say a certain character, but I'm not.
Yeah, Jin Rummy. As a gift user, Jin Rummy has consumed a smile. Yeah.
Thank you. Perfect. Jin Rummy it is.
Jin
Number
Rummy,
one.
there you
The
go.
best of the
Next
smiles.
question.
Thank you.
All right, next question. From Lord Zarkon. Does the community have any ideas on what Weevil is even
Oh,
going
man,
to
I
do?
don't fucking know,
I
bro.
don't know where fucking Weevil fits
At this
in.
point, does it even matter?
Man, Luffy would demolish his man.
I don't know what the fucking
Okay,
point
so
of
it
Weevil
co-
is.
It kind of does matter because like the longer the story goes on, the stronger he kind of has
I
to be.
guess so.
This man has to be
Oh.
Emperor level strength. This man has to be fucking ridiculous.
I always threw that comment of he's comparable to a young Whitebeard. I threw that out the window. I thought that was just
Yeah, maybe
gross
it's real.
over-exaggeration.
Maybe it's real.
Now it's starting to look like it might be real.
Now, what do we think about the stag beetle fruit theories that have been going on forever? We know Japan
fuck
loves stag beetles.
Fuck that.
All right.
I thought it was the butterfly fruit.
Whatever. All right.
It might have. It could relate back to the rocks. That's the only reason why he's probably still around. Because misbarking 40 years ago, Whitebeard, all that stuff. So it might
Okay.
relate back to rocks. in some
Oh, what
way.
if he has the Sun Wukong ability? That'd be kind of dope.
Next question, man.
I don't know. Why does King of Lightning hate the Sun Wukong so much?
It's lame.
It
It's
is.
lame as all hell.
No,
It's
not for Luffy.
used-
Not for
it's
Luffy.
It's overused in the anime.
Yeah,
and
we don't
manga
need
to the
it.
point
We,
where
we have
everybody's-
Yeah, I'm done with
Goku,
that, yo.
you know.
Okay. King's had enough.
Next question.
All right.
Yeah.
He's done with the
Oh.
with the Sun
Hate it.
Wukong
We're doing
Virgin. He
monkey,
wants
yeah.
the Nika God.
That's right.
Nika
Yeah,
Chat. All right?
exactly.
That's right.
King loves the
Oh,
Nico.
thank God. Love it.
All right. From Abhishek. Do you think Shanks beats the Gorosei for the occasional child support? All right. The child support memes. All right. This is a pirating world. They don't give a fuck about laws. We all know this.
Right.
No
The
one's
Call
paying
of the
child
Sea is
support.
too powerful.
No one's paying child support.
And people want Usopp to be edgy and be mad at Yasopp and have daddy issues, but Usopp understands the call of the sea and the call to adventure.
All right, how
He
Exactly.
idolizes him for it.
all right.
What's more important than raising your kids? Freedom.
That's it.
King of
That's it.
Lightning,
Yeah,
King of
yeah,
Lightning
we're not
approved
trying to do it.
statement. There you go.
King Elijah's just throwing it around, doesn't care.
All right, what's your estimated number of women who Shanks has had children
Infinite.
with? He
At
got
least
every
one in every
island.
sea.
Every island.
There
Yeah,
are two.
At least
There are
one in
two.
every sea, minimum. At least one girl in every sea.
Every
So,
time he's docked somewhere.
Who could
Yeah,
resist Shanks?
giggity.
Who could resist him?
You can
No one
resist the charm and the handsomeness, Christian.
That's right.
Not even Blackbeard can resist the handsomeness.
That's right. He even says himself, "You look more handsome than ever." He's giving him the
true.
monkey face. Right?
we are not inclusionary here. We can bring in all sorts of people from all sorts of different creeds. I mean, I don't think Shanks rolls the other way.
But if
listen,
Shanks has a
it'd be-
child,
it'd be fine.
if Shanks has a child with a long arm woman, I'm gonna be disappointed.
Eric notoriously races towards long arms.
I hate him.
Oh really? Oh really?
I hate him. I hate the
Oh,
design.
no.
Apu's bad.
Ideo? Come on now.
He is only acceptable because he hides his shame. You see?
Okay, there you go.
He hides his shame.
He doesn't hide it. He makes it an advantage.
Yeah, he hides it with.
I
his
think Shanks is a
shoulder.
leg guy, so I think he appreciates smoothie and cinnamon, no doubt. Yeah.
He'll climb that
Let's
tree.
get it.
And
Absolutely.
as
Yeah, he'll climb
according,
the trees,
according
yeah.
to Oda, Shanks just keeps getting taller, so it's not going to be an issue.
Right.
Alright.
Luffy meets Shanks. Luffy meets Shanks and he's like 11 foot, 14 foot.
The
When
strong-
is Luffy gonna get like that crazy?
That
little
Studley-
step? When is he gonna get like
that Chad
that
body.
guard height?
That- yeah,
dragon-
You're gonna
that guard
you're gonna have
body.
to wait for the you're
Yeah.
gonna have to wait
He
for
has
the
to, he has to
epilogue for
turn
that.
40 years old to have that guard body.
He's gonna have that old man strength.
40.
Hey, he
Wait,
turns into,
Shanks is only 6'6.5" at this point. What?
no, he
what?
turns into Shanks
Yeah,
at
but
40
still-
and turns into Garp at 60, right?
But Silver's the joke is that since Shanks' head keeps getting smaller, he keeps getting taller.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's got like 12
Every
heads. now.
single.
Yeah. He's like ridiculous. Anyway, from Bane. Now that we have seen Gear 5 in action for a couple of chapters, how do you guys rank all of Luffy's gears from favorite to least favorite? Gear 3 is the worst one.
Your second's probably my favorite.
So we're including just Gear 3, but by itself, just Gear 3.
Just the gears, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
There's a gear one.
or base,
I would say like his best one's Gear 4, specifically like Snake Man. Snake Man's like the coolest looking one, like the best one. And after Snake Man, probably like I think Gear 5. After that, probably Gear 4, Bound Man, or no, Gear 2 actually today. Then
Yeah.
probably Bound Man, and the rest just don't. Yeah, Gear 3.
All right, there you,
It's
go.
Snake
Gear-
Man, Gear 3.
Yeah, okay.
There you go. Frog Lord Zarkon. Do you think the King Punch could be fused with Congress Haki? We do see Haki sparks flying off it.
That Haki sparks don't mean Conqueror's Haki.
Yes, we know this.
Don't listen to Wing Zero.
Don't do it.
Don't do
Yeah,
it.
that one's a bit. Wing's a good dude, but that one's a bit sus. Okay?
I
Just
mean,
little
he
bit
is a
sus.
battle king. He could have qualities of a conqueror.
Hey, it might knock out an Emperor for a little bit.
We have.
Okay, no. See, now that's going too far.
Big Mom is taking nukes. I think she's gonna be okay with the King Punch. No offense.
All right.
Pell took a nuke.
Yeah,
King,
exactly.
King, question
Nothing.
for you. How much HP did Big Mom have left after the Law and Kid fight?
After that fight, when she was falling,
Yeah.
probably like, or after the nukes.
Nah, before the nukes.
Before the nukes, she probably had like 75, 60. Like she was good. Like she was good. She was good to go.
Sheesh.
What do you?
It
what
is
do you
what it is. It is what it
King,
is.
what,
no?
King, what do you think about the frauds that demanded Law and Kid take Big Mom out in a fashion that would have been unacceptable?
I mean, that was just some of the most egregious content imaginable. If that were
Never in doubt over here. I mean, Christian. Never in
right,
doubt.
never in doubt.
Never in doubt.
Exactly.
But King, what do you
Common
think
sense,
about
perfect.
Big Mom pulling out the most broken ability in the last chapter, when she can heal herself with soul energy?
That.
What do you
was
think about that?
Nuts.
With her
That was
own
nuts.
soul
Her
energy.
own bones. Her become homies. Hey yo.
And
What
of
if
course-
that's, like, really-
yeah.
oh man, what
And-
should she could like change her own bone
And King,
structure
of
after her
course, Big Mom not allowed to use her full abilities against Law and
Of
Kid.
course.
No
Yes, exactly.
Conqueror's Haki.
People are not ready for Thin Mom Ultra Instinct. Right? They're
Right.
not ready
I
for
have
it.
been
I'm here.
saying that, Christian, for the longest.
When
here.
Luffy fights her and Big Mom is allowed to use her abilities,
She
she's gonna be
uses
nasty.
life returns, sucks up all that fat, gets the speed, gets the Ultra Instinct.
Now we're
Goes-
talking.
goes-
Now
Hair
we're
on-
talking.
hair
She
on
reverts
fire.
back to how she looked when she was in the Rock.
Like, there is no way that you could honestly believe that her last attack in the entire series is the 3,000 Leagues of Mother. But no shot. You can't believe that. There's no way, people. Wise up, all right?
She's not even
Law did a
allowed.
Shock Willie.
Yeah, she's
and
not
she
even.
was like, no, I'm
she's
still
not even.
here.
And the railgun did nothing.
She was
nothing.
taking multiple railguns.
She laughed at the railgun. She
She's
laughed.
like,
at it.
good meme, kid.
Anyway.
What else you got?
We got two Canadian dollars from Seneto. Alright?
Right.
Hey,
For
Tin.
for Cole. Who's a bigger hype man? Shanks or Jing?
Oh, come on.
I don't know. Like, every time someone sees a foot, it's a so. I mean, I think.
You have to give it
I
to
mean,
Shanks.
Shanks, we actually see him do stuff compared to Jin in terms of like he has a movie.
King,
So,
what was his secret
saying Jin.
password to find him? Do you remember what it was?
I don't.
Because I don't think I'm allowed to say what it is.
No, you listen, man. This is your show.
Shout out to Ugashi, man.
Shout out to Akashi
Yeah.
doing some wild stuff.
Yeah.
Alright.
No one
I
ever
mean, I
brings
love
that
him,
up,
but-
man. What's going on?
Anyway, enough about Jing. He did that one move where he passed energy through a wall and smacked the guy. So
I mean, that was amazing though. But like he copied Leori. I'm like, oh my god. But I mean,
Yeah, right.
outside of that,
Yes.
you know.
now, next question. Alright, where are we? From Pirate King. I noticed Eric has a real online presence in the world of anime sometimes. Christian, as a mangaka, don't call me that, please. What would you
A
say?
webtoon. He's a webtoon.
What would you say? Wait, what would you say are the best ways of exposure? Also, is Shadow Soul your magnum opus, or do you plan on creating other titles? Well, it's the one I'm working on right now. I don't know if it's I can't really claim it's my magnum opus. That's I can't.
That's
I
for
can't make
others
that
to claim.
You haven't
But
done.
That's for history to claim.
That's easy to claim. But don't ask me about exposure. I'm the worst at it. Please.
Have hot takes on Twitter.
That's right. Okay.
Start conflict that you don't really believe in.
Yeah, start conflict you don't really believe in.
Yeah.
And talk some
Talk
shit.
politics.
Just really talk some
Who
shit.
knows? Right.
Whatever field you're in, just talk some shit. Pick a side.
Yeah.
King of Lightning's the most successful out of all of us here in terms of numbers. So King, why don't you have what is your take? How can you help this man get an online presence?
Just be consistent with videos, like King.
I would just say, I mean, if whatever you want to do, whether it's streaming, whether it's making videos, whether it's creating artwork, whatever it is that you want to do, I think it's important to just be consistent.
Yeah.
I think that's like the most and that's coming from me, who I'm
no,
anxious as
yeah.
fuck. But even still, like compared to other people, I'm pretty consistent.
Just
so
and
you
just like be your own person and believe in something and fight for that belief,
Yeah.
and that will that'll make you
Hopefully it
stand out a
works.
little bit because
Yeah.
a little bit of difference. But yeah.
All right. From MHMD. If you had to rewrite the Vince Stokes family to be more interesting, what's your version of the characters going to be like? More interesting
they
Vince
asked
Stokes.
rewrite, just give them more screen time. That's it.
Sanji actually whooping their ass.
I don't know. The whole emotion thing didn't really work
Just
for me.
make them bad people.
Bad
though.
people.
Yeah, just make them bad
you know?
people.
The whole emotionless thing is weird.
Well, to me, it made sense because it just kind of because it was the whole thing about Sanji was different because of the
Yeah,
actual
I know, but like you could just make
sacrifice of Sora, like Sora being sacrificed. Like maybe that could have been changed to where they killed her or something, which would be interesting.
you can change it to be more dramatic and like just have.
I
it be
think
assholes,
I think
but-
maybe you could rework it to have Sora more of a emotional standpoint for the whole family, and maybe you have the family split up because maybe Sanji fucked something up with Sora.
Yeah, so
yeah. Like-
Reiju and Sanji on one side, and then you have the other boys in German on the other side.
It could have been instead of them being emotionless, that Sanji could have been the failure and in the birth, and that kills Sora, and then they're mad at Sanji for killing their mother, but it's not really Sanji's
Tyrion?
fault. It's more Judge's fault for doing the experiment on Sora. That could have been the
you
emotional
could,
conflict.
You could do shit like that. But
Could've-
I feel
could've
like
been
the
something
whole emotionless thing with the brothers is just a failed attempt to make us sympathize with them, even though
Yeah.
there was no attempt to make us really sympathize with them.
all right,
No,
since-
that was the point.
yeah.
It wasn't them. It was Sanji. Like the whole point was just Sanji. Like they themselves required no sympathy. I mean, that's why they're laughing when about being killed. And even Judge is like, God damn. Like Judge actually requires maybe some sympathy, but that needs more fleshing out on Oda's part because there's some thing he's trying to do for like the 300 years of German history that was like that they were embarrassed, they failed at something. Yeah.
All right,
So
King. Since we're talking about Sanji, have you heard this theory that Luffy is a reincarnation of Joy Boy?
Yeah.
Zoro is a reincarnation of Ryuma. And
Oh, no, this is
Sanji
dumb.
is a
This is dumb already.
reincarnation of the Garuda. What do you think about
that's
this?
dumb. What the hell's a Garuda? No,
The legendary
no.
Garuda.
Yeah, no, I know it is, but that's dumb. Like there are no like an actual Garuda ruled over the North Blue.
The
Vince Smokes
legendary
are, like,
Garuda, yeah.
like the first.
Yeah,
Vince
Blue
Smokes
Leg
on the egg
Seeker. I
of
already
Garuda.
told King about Blue Leg Seeker.
Yeah, Blue Leg Seeker is actually pretty, Blue Leg Seeker is actually pretty interesting. I'm gonna lie, it's actually pretty dope. That's a fire ass name. But Cobalt, like that would be like, the entire crew is biblical. Like what is this?
No,
like,
the entire crew is just the entire crew.
What's Frankie?
Bro, I can't have the entire crew be like a echo of Joy Boy's crew. I can't have it.
It's Judicious,
have it.
Chopper, whatever, you know.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Alright, moving on.
I would go crazy.
To the next question from Seneto.
Frankie
How far?
the faded cyborg. Like,
That's
what?
right.
Okay.
From Seneto. How far do you play Shadow Soul? Well, a lot of Shadow Soul questions this week.
I think it sends reading it.
We appreciate Sen's reading it.
Mm-hmm.
How I do it. I've got scenes I want to draw, and I know what they are. Then I build around them, and then you build out the whole thing, and then you go to the seat of your pants, whatever you feel like it, mess shit up, clean shit up, whatever. You know.
I think the easiest way to do it is to build your story around an action sequence or
Something happening.
an action, and then have the characters react appropriately to that action. Because if you try and if you try and like push it through and make your characters start the action, it gets weird.
I think writing an entire story from start to finish
it's impossible. No one does it.
and planning it out meticulously is straight up just boring and not fun as an art form. Like everyone forgets that writing's an art form.
And also,
You gotta
it would be
mix it up, whatever,
the audience
yeah.
would feel it because
It's
the
just
characters
stale, yeah.
wouldn't evolve on page.
Yeah, the events have to inform the characters. So just it's kind of both. You got to plan some stuff. Some stuff is what the characters would do within the moment, whatever. But anyway, there you go. From Omar, I've seen many people believe that the fight against Kaido will go back to everyone versus him at the end. Are we going back to a roof piece scenario? I doubt it at this point. I mean, there are the people.
The 9 scabbards being relived through Luffy and like his whole crew against Kaido.
I mean, there are the people that say the raid will fail, which is fucking. I don't even know.
Remember
at this point,
back-
I don't think the raid will fail, but if the island does fall into Wano somewhere, whether it's on the prison or the factories, I do think that Luffy is going to need some time to recover. And then in that
I think
scenario,
it's
I
ended
could
here,
see
dude.
the army.
I think
I
we're.
think
Yo,
it's the army
oh,
versus
it's
Kaido.
I think we're.
People have to realize that this arc is literally going to be 4 years long come July. Why would you want the raid to fail at this junction? It doesn't make much sense
Okay.
in terms of actual time length. Hello,
It's-
4 years long we fail. What?
It's
Hey,
exhausting.
King, do you want to
No,
see
it's
Zoro?
not
Do you
fair.
want to see Zoro beat King again? Do you want to see that again?
Oh yeah, that'd be great. Yeah,
Yeah.
because this
Like,
time we actually have a
Man,
2 hour
maybe,
fight with
but maybe
Kaido.
Sanji could get a real fight this time.
Do you want to see Jinbei beat Who's Who again?
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
There are
Like,
actually
fucking
people who
stupid,
believe
bro.
that the raid will fail. We
Man.
leave Wano defeated.
No, at least Nami have a good fight.
I could-
at least get Nami a good fight.
I can
suppose, right?
appreciate
Not a bad
Jinbei.
point.
I
Not a bad point.
can appreciate Jinbei washing Who's Who, and that being fine. But like Jinbei could have fought someone more substantial
He could have beat Jack.
because he's just kind of chilling.
Gino was freaking disgusting. Like I mean, he's still chilling right now, actually. But
Yeah, he's just chilling.
I mean, like, dude, yeah, like Jack and Jimmy actually was probably like, I get it. Inu, show him the true power of the minx, whatever.
No, show him
No
the true
offense,
power
no
of the
offense, no.
fisherman.
We got a donation,
Exactly.
Christian.
We got a donation from Donatello, $20. Dr. Vegapunk was Joy Boy's doctor for a period of time, learning all about the effects of the fruit that has on the body. Joy Boy was a giant, which is why Luffy won't be able to utilize the Sun God abilities, which will require lifespan. There's a lot there. So Vegapunk was Joy Boy's doctor
800-year-old
for a
man.
period of time. He saw he's immortal. Right, that's first up.
Bro, why is everyone immortal? The community's obsessed.
Like, there has to be one immortal person because of the law surgery. That's the only thing.
Probably
Dr.
Inu.
Correa.
Probably
Dr.
Inu.
Correa. I think it's Correa.
She has the immortality
Correa?
surgery.
doctor,
Maybe.
and on top of it, she kept telling
But
him, "Do you
why,
want to know
though?
the secret of my
But
youth?"
she can't
Who
use it on
knows?
herself and lose the fruit. What do you mean?
Oh no! I'm not saying that she had the fruit. I'm saying that somebody else used it on her. But Emu could have been the first one. He could.
Anyway,
he absolutely.
I don't
could
think
be-
Vegapunk was alive in the ancient history. It'd be
Yeah, I
odd
agree
because
with
why would he need to do research still? If
Well,
he,
they
you
say
know.
he's 500 years ahead of the current era.
Yeah, but
so-
he's still making new things, right? SSG.
Yeah, and he's not on the level of the ancient history. He's
Right.
not making
Right, exactly.
fucking super weapons.
Like,
He's
there
not
are other
making.
geniuses that we
Yeah,
see
he's
out
not
there
making
in One Piece
Pluton and
stuff,
stuff either. So
It's like we can see like Judge can do his own crazy stuff. We have like Queen doing his own crazy like mecha cyborg stuff. Like there's other Jesus that are out there. Like even the Yano cover story, that one dude that made the goddamn robots went to the moon. Other guys are pretty good in like terms of their tech creation. So like and if the ancient history, these people actually made all these weapons. They somehow made like Shiroshi into a thing and the Dove and so on. It's like these guys are way advanced of Vegapunk. They're like leagues, worlds. Like they're doing like magical stuff at this point, you know?
we got another donation, Christian.
From the same man, Danto, $5 with a rebuttal. Is there a scientist in One Piece that has a doctor in front of their name?
Dr. Vegapunk.
A scientist? just Vegapunk. No one calls Queen
That's called an
Doctor.
appeal to authority. Okay, good job.
People have called
I mean,
Caesar
the
a
point
doctor.
still stands. The man's chasing ancient history tech, so you know.
Yeah, but like people call Caesar a doctor in Punk Hazard, right?
I don't know. I don't remember. But
Yeah,
regardless,
The
you know,
kids call him Doctor.
Vegapunk's still chasing
No, they
ancient
call him
technology,
Master.
so that would make him not from the ancient history. Next question.
I mean, Vegapunk is probably the only scientist who actually has a doctorate.
Caesar,
I mean, whatever,
Caesar is
whatever.
trash. Yeah, we don't know about the doctorate. We don't know about the system about doctors,
Education or
and,
whatever.
you
whatever,
know,
yeah.
accreditation and PhDs, etc.
No one calls law Doctor Law.
Dr.
Pretty
Luke.
much, right? Yeah.
He's a scientist. There you go.
Anyway,
Kind of, whatever.
I mean, not Hero Luke. What the hell is his name? Hogback. My
Dr.
bad.
Hogback. Oh my god.
there you go. I guarantee you, Hogback was a part of Matt's. I can guarantee that.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Could you
Hero Luke's a
imagine Hog?
scientist
Fuck
too.
off.
He altered the clouds.
He's a world famous doctor, Eric.
Hero
That's
Luke's
canon.
a chemist.
I know.
All right. There you go. Anyway, moving on to a question. Where are we? All right, from Omar. I think Omar.
We had Omar.
Oh, we had Omar. From Michael. Will Luffy use Awakening outside of Gear 5, or is it just a Gear 5 effect?
Well, he calls Awakening Gear 5, so it's Gear
but
5.
it's like a form.
It's both.
Does he have to go into the form to use the rubberization shit?
Yes.
I think
It's
so
the-
too. Yeah.
yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, it's the transformation of his.
Now you can argue about hybrid forms and what that means, but whatever.
Yeah.
Dude,
But I think he has to actually transform fully into the whole Nika form in order to actually like change the environment, that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
From Gollum. Question. Pretending an anime was a hot topic. Yet again, after the trailer drops, thoughts on Olivia leaving Robin along to go on... Alright, what do you think about, just people leaving their fucking kids behind and Olivia going off to get her research, leaving her, you'll get to learn it when you grow up.
I think I'm gonna put this into a meta context. I think Oda is trying to write to his own daughter
This is why I'm left.
about why
Yeah.
I'm not here. I think that's what Oda's trying to say with all this
Shanks is old
Wow.
movie.
I'm busy,
because every adult is like, I'm busy, bitch, doing something more important.
I mean, with most of the people who
But
left their kids, they left
still
for
love
adventure.
you. Yeah. Well,
Olivia left for world-changing reasons.
soldiers go off to war and leave their children. So
I mean, yeah. Well, yeah.
Well, Shanks is changing the world. Like he left his own child, but how many child?
I think it's a little bit of self. Yeah, I think it's a little
I
bit
mean,
of.
but how many parties has he had doing this?
Hey man, chill.
You can
can't go
enjoy
visit your
life
kids?
without your kids. What is this? Come on.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of a self-reflection on Oda's part with the whole, our parents being too busy for their children and hit their big.
Like there is no romance. Like there is no romance dawn without these people living their kids.
That's
like
right.
you just
He's
gotta
like,
bounce.
he's like, listen, daughter. I love you, but dreams never die.
All right, we got a $2 we got a $2 donation.
Yeah.
From This Is This. Kaido, does Kaido have a different form / awakening?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
I don't think so.
Do
Awakened
you
Zoan.
think? What do you think about the theory that the dragon form is the awakening and he was a fish?
No, that's stupid.
I don't know. He has to have awakening because he references it. And knows what
he
it
does
is.
talk about awakening a lot.
He knows what awakening is, so that implies that he has it. We just don't
So
know.
okay, there could be a case here where he's not necessarily awakened, but he's kind of like Chopper because we see him in drunk form. He has like these weird like mixed hybrid forms, like the flirty drunk where he's like a smaller miniature dragon.
Depends.
When you have like Hulkish Kaido, like all these different mini forms. So what was going on?
It just depends how long this fight has left, because if Oda pulls out another form for Kaido, we're gonna go through another dip and ebb, and then Luffy has to come back up on top again. So it just depends how long we got left.
With zones and their awakenings, if like given the fact that he's a mythical zone, he may have some special ability, but I don't think it's completely different.
We also talked about this last week, but like awakening for zones might give them a stamina boost at that point in time.
Yeah, we've seen that in Info Down.
Yeah, but it might give him a second wind when they activate it.
But that's regular zones.
Yeah, but we're just saying that like a Zoan awakening might give the user a second wind in the fight.
There could be a case here where actually you don't have awakened mythical zones, but Luffy's different because he has to awaken into a mythical zone.
Well,
yeah, maybe.
Kinda.
Okay, I mean, it is a special type of fruit.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, also like the flame clouds holding Onigashima could be awakening. What do you think about that?
Ah, okay.
Because he's applying his spell fruit to Onigashima.
Yeah, it's a mythical zone with using special abilities. I could see that.
It'd be weird though. Like you would assume that Oda would say Kaido's using awakening because everyone else has said it. But
Yeah, I don't think that Kaido could have awakening like that because actually cool. Because when Kaido talks to Luffy, he says that you awaken your Paramecia ability because he's applying things, his ability to attribute other things.
But then he says awakening is your, ability reaching
the
your
absolute
mind and
understanding of your ability.
Right, but because Luffy can apply his attribute to other things, that makes him a Paramecia in his mind. But he's confused because he's transforming like a Zoan would, so he's like doing both things. So it's just like weird. Yeah.
So we're still waiting for it.
Anyway,
it's possible that it could be, couldn't be, but yeah.
So new form on Kaido, yes or no? We get a new form?
I think we'll get a final form, but it's not going to be some crazy shit, just like a new drunk bloodlusted mode or whatever.
No, I could see it being a new form. I'm gonna go yes, but not because awakening. Just something, something that he's been holding back. I'm gonna say yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna say, it's just tough.
Right?
I'm gonna say no. Say no. He meant something new, but not necessarily awakening.
I'm gonna say new form will come, but I don't know if it's gonna be awakening. It's probably gonna be an awakened form, whatever.
New form, yes. Awakening, because of awakening, no. That's what I'm looking.
Okay. Next question.
Next question. From Harvested Berry. So, is whoever eats the fruit Joy Boy, or did Luffy just happen to eat it, and he is also Joy Boy? No. If you eat the Nika fruit, you remind people of Joy Boy because Joy Boy has the
It was
fruit.
Joy Boy's fruit.
Yeah.
Next question.
Yeah. There you go.
Beautiful.
And why is Shanks' head getting smaller and smaller? Well, who knows?
He just keeps getting stronger.
He just keeps getting taller and taller. Who knows, man? The man with no name. Is Uta the god princess? Now, do we add the epithet to the daughter?
I gotta see what you can do.
Yeah.
She gotta be worthy of that, man.
If she's going toe-to-toe, blow for blow with Luffy.
Assumably.
She's worthy. Yeah, she's worthy.
Yeah. We have to give her the status, but,
Like, if fucking Chopper can pin her down, we're done here.
Okay. What about Big Mom's homie trees?
We're absolutely done here. I don't see, worst movie of One Piece history.
I mean, but King, what about what if it's a cracker situation? Glass cannon.
Anyway.
Oh, okay, maybe.
Yeah, I
Salvage
don't
it.
expect. I don't expect kung fu from Uta.
Hey, man. Who knows, man? Who knows what's going to happen?
So we'll see.
She knows Soru. She knows
the martial arts Shanks Jutsu.
Shanks Jutsu. Yeah, that's crazy. All right. 2. What are your best guesses for the Admiral Green Ball's powers?
Haven't we been over this?
Let's just go. Let's just go wood jutsu. Fuck it, why not?
Hashirama?
Yeah.
Wood, earth, plants. If you want to go crazy, time. That's it.
For space and
Or
time.
Yeah, you got gravity.
hoping
It
for-
could be space.
what I'm
in
hoping
general.
for, no devil fruit, just absolute busted martial artist.
Maybe.
Yeah, but that doesn't ruin. Yeah, but that ruins the theme.
Yeah, shut up,
All,
Souls.
all three devil fruit, all three devil fruits per admiral. Sure.
Yeah, like everyone has to have a power. Probably.
All right.
Is hockey not a power?
From Chris Lewis.
Definitely power.
From Chris Lewis, on a scale of 10 to 10.
Mm.
See, this is a blasphemous question. And we're just gonna skip this question.
Next question. Blasphemous.
Blasphemous question, erased from the record. Moving on.
Good.
When was the last time a question was thrown off the record? Ooh.
Good.
A couple of. It happens a few
That
times.
happens a few times.
People get too saucy.
All right. From Cross Cooper, though being in this movie is interesting to me, doesn't this conflict that he doesn't die in Wano? The
No.
timeline's weird as fuck.
Don't worry about the timeline. All right.
It's a movie to enjoy. Let it go.
I don't know about the timeline.
Yeah, time doesn't matter.
And Law's not gonna die
I mean, it's
anyway.
like
So
it's like where could you fit Douglas Bull into all this stuff? With because we're still in Wild Country. How does that work? I was like, no, like forget about it. Like,
Yeah.
Canonically, Stampede took place after Whole Cake Island in
yeah,
between.
because he's using the Snake Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
right, yeah, but like doesn't like I think the movie comes out like in the middle of Wano, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. So the timeline. Don't worry about the timeline.
All right. I'm aware that the movies aren't canon, but Jinbei has been a Straw Hat up until Wano. Kid isn't in this movie potentially. If Kid's on this
Good.
movie, Ultimate Elf.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's fine. Kid doesn't need to be.
Kid doesn't have to be in the movie. The reason Law has been in so much stuff recently is because of how popular he's got.
Yeah.
It'd be funny if Killer was a fanboy of Uta or something. Like, oh my god, just yelling "fa fa fa."
Shout out Beppo, man. Shout out Beppo.
He's wearing a Deathstroke half red, half white.
Yo,
mask.
King,
Yeah.
King, what do you think about the Oda sauce from the legendary Beppo Su long form?
Beppo is absolute phenom.
But what
I'm
if-
looking forward to what he does in the future, man.
Oh,
I really am.
absolutely.
The
He's a
legendary,
phenom, yo.
the legendary Su long Beppo form cannot
Hell
be
yeah.
Get ready
conceived.
for it. No one can.
Beppo's going to rule. Like he's going to rule Zoe when the Dukes, because they have no more energy.
Now-
They're actually gonna die, and then they're gonna rule instead.
We're gonna
So
have. We have another.
the two new
Yeah.
Dukes are Beppo and Wanda.
Beppo and Carrot.
No, come on, King.
You wouldn't
King,
need two
King
dukes.
Curtin.
Beppo and Carrot.
you
'cause
would
Carrot-
no
You
longer
don't. You don't
two
need two
dukes.
dukes because they're both they're friends now.
Yeah, you just need one.
You don't need one, you need one.
We only had one before.
We got a
True,
donation.
Do you believe Shanks will show up at the end of Wano? It's a possibility. It's
Yes.
a real possibility. I'm just saying.
Really?
I think it's a real possibility.
I don't think so. I think we're done with like. I think after Wano, like we are getting out of here because we can either we're getting out of here, or like, let's say we control Wano country.
Well, we need to have
or
a banquet that
sometimes
was
it's the
promised.
borders.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
fine,
mean,
banquet, fair enough, fine.
A
But
banquet was promised.
I think Shanks.
Yeah.
I think Shanks may be trying to either waiting.
Hey,
somewhere
maybe
as per
Shanks just
usual.
fucks up all those Navy ships, and then there's no problem. How about that?
Big Mom.
You mean you have Zunisha? You're fine. Just trunk attack.
Big Mom.
just
Big Mom
trying
just
to-
stays in the hole until Luffy leaves.
Okay.
Could you
Don't worry about
imagine?
Big Mom.
Yeah, we were promised the biggest party this world has ever seen.
All right. Where Luffy's real dream will be revealed. All right.
Okay.
That's my prediction. But whatever. From $2 donation from This Is This Again. I already read that. All right, there, move it on. All right. All right. From MHMD. Talk about the surprise in One Piece that were spoiled for you and how it ruined the experience if it did. Spoilers ever ruined the experience? Cole's
mean,
been reading since fucking when?
I've been creating content since like 2011, dude.
Yeah, I don't think he got spoiled at any moments.
Oh, no, I've been spoiled on a few things for sure, but without a doubt,
But,
and
like-
they suck for sure.
I mean,
Well,
the
like-
big one has to be Ace's death, right?
I mean, for me,
everybody gets
for
spoiled.
me, I don't really care about spoilers because it's like more of the context and the emotional value than the surprise for me that matters. But yeah,
Yeah.
Well, because I've been reading One Piece since Shibone was Archipelago was actually weekly. So
I've been reading
What's up?
One Piece longer than you. That's not possible.
Probably no, you probably have. You probably have, dog. I mean, because I was actually anime only for a long time, And then I actually started like rewatching Skype like a bunch of times, and then actually wound up because I had it on like my old like the first iPad, like my first iPod. I had it on my old my like the first.
Oh
iPod.
yeah, your old videos.
Old
You used to
videos.
go through the old iPod. I remember those, but I was reading One Piece. I was anime only up until the anime got to Skypea, and then that's when I jumped on the manga like pretty much weekly. And from there, like that's when I kept reading One Piece, like I said, pretty much weekly until
How
like
old is
sites started
Silvers?
going down and everything.
Yeah, so you've been
Silver's
reading
35 years old.
Silvers is 28 years old.
28. I don't know if this
he just
math
turned 28 in
plays
March.
out.
He was reading. He could be reading it when he was 10. That works out.
When did you start?
Yeah, because I used to get the Shonen Jump.
magazines?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was reading One Piece weekly at Shibuya Archipelago. That was it. So, but like in terms of spoiler content, like there were not many people back then on Twitter were like spoiling heavily.
Now,
up until I think like I want to say the last like 3
The
years.
only question I'm interested in, King, is how did you react when Shanks was on the page blocking Akainu?
That was amazing. Like when I was that was one of the greatest. Like I remember I was in the car reading the chapter and I was fucking like just screaming, going crazy in the car. My dad was kicking my ass. What the hell you doing, son? Like, but that was amazing.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Exactly. Like, oh man, it's on me, please. And it just, like, so, like, yeah, it was a cascading.
Christopher, what are you reading?
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, it was amazing. Like it was an amazing just reading Shanks just literally block a Khan's attack. Kobe had a dope moment too, and then like the war and like I was shocked too just how Shanks could just like I was a Shanks fan, but I wasn't a fan boy until like we had that moment where I was like, wait a minute, this dude is actually shutting down his whole operation. All this crazy stuff for the past like 3 volumes. Okay, no, I was on board. I was wholesale. You know what? Shanks is the greatest character in One Piece. Period. And from then on, I've been rolling Shanks deep ever since, bro.
Next question.
Let's get it.
I think the only thing that I've ever been spoiled on was the people who joined the crew. Like Arlong Park Forum used to be bad about that.
Oh,
all right. From Sigma, what is the difficulty if Shanks beating Fujitora, Green Bull, Kizaru, and Akainu in a 4v1?
0. There is no difficulty.
Wait, what is it now? Say again.
Shanks versus the Admirals. What's the difficulty?
He folds all of them at once with Conqueror's Pulse.
Yeah.
Okay.
How many pulses though?
1.
Okay.
Knocks out all of them.
From
Shanks is got king.
From Jekko D Dragon. How do you feel about JD Legend slandering Shanks after watching Film Red trailer? JD's gonna react the way he does.
JD's pretending like he'd stick around and be a father and stuff.
JD,
I don't know if I'm sold about
Wait,
JD's credentials.
whoa.
I think JD.
Holy monster.
I think JD might pull the same thing as Shanks and be like, "Listen, baby, you know I love you, but like,
you know,
dreams never die. You know, like I got to be a free man."
Derek, he is the #1 anime YouTuber in Philly, so he's a very famous man.
He's gonna live free.
All right.
He
So
doesn't have to
King,
do that time.
are you hearing the slander on the culture?
what
that
culture?
like-
What culture? I'm
culture.
talking about JD.
Talking about JD Legend.
I'm not talking about
The
culture.
culture. The culture.
You're making.
No,
it
I
up.
missed that. Sorry, I missed that. I missed all that.
From Hawkeye. What do you think about Kaido's? What do you think Kaido's awakening going to be? I don't know, man. Like
New form.
dragon head,
New
man
form.
body.
New form that doesn't make any sense, and people are gonna be mad that it's inconsistent.
Yeah, probably. I'm pretty sure Oda's going to change the Zone Awakening.
Yeah.
Probably more like fire stuff, honestly. Like probably
yeah.
just more fire stuff going on with this whole.
Bat on
body, like-
fire, stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
More harnessing of elements, maybe.
All right.
Like, is there something unique that like dragons can do? Of like the mythical dragons of China, like
The
can he do
Azure
some weird,
Dragon.
like black, like some black fire, like
he becomes
the
a
Azure
true.
Dragon
final power of the
specifically.
dragon, like the black fire that can erode all things and blah 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 blah, so on and so forth.
Yeah, the Azure Dragon specifically doesn't just like control the weather. It harnesses elements. Like
Kaido's kinda doing
you see
that.
how you see how Luffy grabbed that lightning bolt. The Azure Dragon can grab lightning out from like pluck it as it's striking.
Okay, so let's say he could actually do a combo attack of let's say lightning, wind, fire, like all the elements, and then just do some crazy like
Avatar
Gallic beams.
action.
Yeah, pretty much. And like that's just fine. Like
Ultimate
that's just like
Plasma?
Rogue Ogan. Yeah, exactly. Like ultimate. Yeah, like ultimate dragon wave, whatever. And then just
Yeah.
boom, there you go.
All right. All right. From Yogita. Do you guys think that it's this Shanks' situation with Uta, that the movie isn't canon, but the character of Uti is canon?
Well, you know,
Or
Bullet, Z, etc. Guilt to Sorrow.
They could be canon. You know, there's nothing to say
At
that
this
they
point,
can't
doesn't
be
matter.
canon. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. Like, I doubt she'll ever be
it's been
brought up.
war.
Like, the only one who kind of gets brought up is Shiki and, like, even Bailey.
Yeah.
Right. So that's really it. Yeah.
So, yeah. I
Like,
don't think it
no
really matters.
Zephyr Sensei, not a single time. Nothing about the film Gold. Do I forgot his name?
Guilt
Gil
of Sorrow.
Tessa-
Yeah,
Tessa-
Gil Zorro, right? Yeah. Nothing with like no
Bullet.
Bullet, and Bullet. You think Bullet has something, but no, he has
Yeah,
nothing.
Bullet wasn't in the
Even like,
flashback
even-
really either, so.
Exactly. Yeah, like nothing.
There was a
Like,
guy who
Roger
kind
said-
of looked like
to have,
Bullet.
like,
Yeah, like
Gil
if there was a
Tessaro
scene where
has
like
said to
Roger
be,
said, "Oh hey,
20%
like
of the world's wealth."
yeah, like if there was a scene of it really saying like, damn, like which Bullet's here with us, you know, and he got captured, like okay, fine, but no, nothing. So
From Kaz, why hasn't the world government expressed any desire to obtain the One Piece? They want to hide the One Piece. They don't want to legitimize it. They want to.
If they like Whitebeard said, when the One Piece is found, no matter by who, there's going to be a world war. Like why would they actively go looking?
They were the ones who probably hid it back in the day,
Yeah.
so that no one could find it. The knowledge is too dangerous, people.
And the Sea Stone, it can't be destroyed, yada, you know.
Yeah.
There you go. So, they don't want to acknowledge it. And that... Is that the final question? No, it's definitely not the final question. From Kennedy. We got 3 left. First and foremost, Shanks is stronger. Shanks is the God King. Correct. You know, Shanks. All hail the God King. Hello, Christian and Eric. Should we go and read... Shout out and go read Shadow Soul and shout out Eric's animation work on his Twitter. Shout out, man. You know, go read it. I tell people to read it. Go read it. A lot of questions about it today. I like to see it. But anyway. The actual question is there anyone on the crew at this point who still needs an endgame power-up for their potential future matchups?
Usopp.
Usopp, Frankie, probably Robin will get one.
Nami, please.
Nami, please do something. She doesn't need power-ups.
Chopper, get a new form.
Yeah, get a new
No,
form Chopper.
we're going, no.
Usopp-
Chopper's fine.
We don't-
Usopp and Frankie are going to recover the raid suit, and the return of Soge King is imminent. I'm
No,
calling
he dropped the persona. It's character reasons, alright?
Soge King
Usopp
will
with the
return.
raid, so hey yo, that's not bad.
Calling it, bro.
I ain't bad.
Calling it.
Now, what I really want is Conqueror's Hockey, so we can get Usopp Conqueror's Hockey and
Conqueror's
the raid.
Hockey bullets.
Hey,
Crazy.
I am not on board for Usopp Conqueror's Hockey, but if it comes with the raid suit, I'll take it.
Now,
I'm
do you
with
think?
it.
Do you think?
Alright,
What do
we're on
you
the
do?
same
You,
page.
do you subscribe to the theory that Usopp will be the wielder of Mjolnir and have a real 1,000-ton hammer?
Yes.
I don't think it'll be a real 1,000-ton hammer, but I think he'll swing it with the power of a 1,000-ton hammer.
No,
Yeah.
but he's worthy, so it's not 1,000 pounds to hit.
Because
to
no,
hit,
he must know. So he must wield Mjolnir because this man is literally the sovereign of the giants.
I mean, Luffy would also be worthy, also, if it's a true
he
depiction.
would be,
of
but
Mjolnir,
Usopp is more worthy because he's actually the giant sovereign. So
But
it's-
Usopp will be the world's strongest
Well, he
hammer
has to
man.
evolve,
Luffy,
right?
Luffy is strong, but Usopp is he has like that giant spirit.
Yes.
Usopp has courage. Okay, he all right. Like Luffy is just dumb, stupid. He goes in there, but Usopp actually has more courage than Luffy,
Yeah.
and that's the main requirement to wield Mjolnir, to have true ultimate courage and have the giants bow down. And then he's gonna have an additional 3,000 men that will join him, and they're all gonna be giants. It's gonna be crazy. So Usopp will finally achieve his dream because he was one that actually initiated the Grand Fleet to join Luffy in the first place. That's 5,000 plus guys. Plus, you have 3,000 plus giants equals
All right.
what he said at the beginning of East Blue of 8,000 soldiers.
All right.
Let's get it.
All right. Do you think which is the stronger weapon, Mjolnir or Enma?
Enma.
Enma's busted.
And it has to be. It has to be.
Look, hold on, wait. There is a good chance here that there is literally no sword like Enma. Like, not even Yoru is going to be doing some weird
Bro,
communication.
if
like,
you're
hey, Mihawk, like,
if you're-
this
I don't-
punk ass, like, none of that.
Yoru hasn't even been confirmed to be a cursed blade, right?
Well, it has to be because of its rank.
I mean, does it? Does it?
Yes, because all
all
curses
curses are just ranks.
are ranks.
Yeah, or just strength of the sword.
Well, the
We learned
personality
that.
type.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
They-
learned
I
that.
mean,
yeah.
Because
I
they're
mean,
not- they're
Whitebeard's
not-
placenta
they're also-
is one of the 12, but
Yeah,
that's not a cursed sword.
Silvers,
cursed.
it was confirmed they're not actual cursed.
All strong swords are cursed, according to.
Yeah, they're not
Kitetsu.
actually cursed. They're just the will of the sword.
Law
that-
sword is cursed, but it doesn't have a rank.
No, yes.
Wait, hold on. No,
It was
in the Viz,
confirmed
in the
in
Viz, he
Wano.
says, in the Viz,
What does he say?
Kozaburo says that all the cursed sword means that it has a strong
Yeah,
personality.
it has a strong will because they're.
Yeah, but I don't think it necessarily means that all of the great or supreme grade blades are cursed.
Well, it's implied that the supreme grades have their own will.
I think some
Well,
maybe, but I don't
Yeah,
think
it may have its own will, but who's to say that all of those wills are like violent?
No one's
I mean,
talking about violence.
Yeah, I'm not talking about violence. I'm talking I'm not too sure.
Well, Shisui
if
cursed.
or like Shisui.
Shisui was not cursed.
It had to be mastered.
I
Yeah,
mean, that was just the weight.
that-
That
but-
was just the weight of the skill, like the skill it took to
But,
like actually wield it.
all swords have personalities. It's just the strong ones that they call cursed. We learned that off the guy in the village.
All right, we can.
No, wait, no. I think it's reversed. I think he said that like it's the cursed
All right, well,
swords
we can
that are actually strong personality.
we can go reread this.
Go
one.
reread
All right,
it.
We'll go reread it. But whatever.
Alright, fair enough.
All right. Molnia, shout out Usopp. All right. From Sky King Ziz. We appreciate Ziz.
Hold
Shout
up,
out to Ziz.
Whoa, okay.
Movie definitely looks like they baited people with how much Shanks was going to be in it. No, they didn't. All right, we all knew this would be the result. Stop. All right, if people thought Luffy was going to fight with Shanks in the movie, they're out of their mind. But anyway,
Yeah.
you know. And without a real prominent villain, because Uta is talking most of the spotlight, I don't think this movie will be good as it could have been.
We don't need physical violence for the movie to be good, right? The lore is tantalizing.
Like, here's the thing, right? Stampede was good until Douglas Buller pulled out the CGI mech. You know? So, it doesn't necessarily
we
have
don't
to be
need
the
combat
piece
for
that-
the film to be good.
Yeah.
So don't worry about that.
Alright. And the final question from Calbert. Is it the Deadbeats Pirates now? Hey, man, you know,
Can we stop?
the call of the ocean is too strong.
Dreams never die, right?
Alright.
Kids can't get in the way of your
Look,
dreams.
they
That's the
can all
message
be
of One Piece.
deadbeats. They're still the strongest dudes on the planet. I don't care. Okay. When it
Why
comes to
are
One
all
Piece
these
world,
dudes on Twitter?
raising kids is overrated?
Yeah,
Clearly.
why all these dudes on Twitter that are like, you know, all macho and big dick energy and all this shit, starting to care
But then
about
when
raising
one man
kids.
leaves his kids, oh,
Should they be hyping him up as like Shanks is
you would
raw?
think, right?
Yeah.
Shanks is going in raw for sure.
Yeah, he's doing a lot of things, alright? Unspeakable things. But anyway.
Shanks is raw, literally.
That is the end of the show. We appreciate Silvers. We appreciate King of Lightning turning up,
Shout out
Talking
my
ab-
boys.
talking about Gear 5, talking about the Shanks movie. We'll be back
not
next week with a chapter. What will Luffy do with his lightning bolt?
I hope he does just to throw it at him. That'd be kind of, it'd be cool, but like, come on.
Alright.
I don't know why.
Kaido,
boys.
Kaido can eat that. Like, what,
Yeah, I know.
what they can do?
Throwing a lightning bolt at Kaido isn't necessarily impressive.
I mean, yeah, but it's hard,
cool,
It's
but,
cool.
you know.
There you go. Shanks is the strongest. Shanks is the good God King.
Good night.
Good night.
You're not.
Yo, happy Easter, by the way. I gotta work in the morning. I will talk to y'all later. Take it easy.
No doubt.
Have a good one.
By the way, real quick.